Live from beautiful downtown Bastrop, it's time for the Stage Select, starring Julian Titus and Justin Ham.
What could this possibly be? Seems a lot like a podcast, wonder what specifically. Talking about video games. With your hosts, you're in good hands, not more of the same. Now we'll jump right in. So expect the unexpected and more. Now we'll get grooving. Never know who's gonna walk through the door. There just might be some tragedy. It's just having fun with our special guest. Time for Stage Select.
And featuring friend of the show, John Gholson. And here are your hosts, Julian Titus and Justin Ham.
Welcome, one and all, to the Stage Select. I'm Julian Titus.
And I'm Justin Ham. Hi. I've realized recently that I have somewhat of a weird conundrum with myself, with my inner self, when it comes to television series such as, I think it was CBS. I'm not really sure what it was on. Such as the series starring David Boreanaz titled Bones.
Mm-hmm.
I really hate myself when I watch Bones because I don't like it, but I need to see what happens every time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I have this problem with like all of those shows where I
Yeah.
don't like the shows. Like I'm just sitting there like I hate all these characters. They're fucking boring, but I must know how the crime gets solved and who did it. I must know. So I'll sit there and watch an entire episode of fucking Bones. It's a problem, and I don't know what to do about it. Other than, I guess, continue to watch Bones. I don't even know why Bones was on, but I was just like, well, I guess I'm going to sit here for an hour and watch Bones. What the fuck
Yeah,
am
that
I
show
doing?
went off the air a long time ago.
It sure did. It was on a streaming thing, and
Oh, well,
somehow
there you
it
go.
just came on because they'll just autoplay shit sometimes. And Kim will leave her streaming shit just going sometimes, and I think she just forgets it's on, but she'll just leave that shit going, and so sometimes you'll turn the TV on and it's just like, yeah, Bones is on now. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'm gonna watch Bones for an hour. Because
I kind of like that, though. That's kind of one of the things that I've been missing from like streaming services is that I used to like to just like channel flip and find stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you don't really get that anymore. You have to actively be wanting to watch something, and sometimes I don't know what I want to watch until I stumble upon something.
Until it happens, right? That is the thing. And
the other thing that I wish streaming services had is if I'm watching a series that's not necessarily the type of show that you need to watch in order, I just want to recreate the syndicated experience of now. Just hand me some random Simpsons,
random episodes, right? Yeah,
because that's how I consumed Simpsons for like most of the time.
So one channel she leaves it on a lot for her dog, so the dog has noise, right? This is the whole thing. So what she discovered is there's live channels on like I think it's Prime. So one of them that she leaves on all the time is Saved by the Bell. It's just Saved by the Bell every season on a loop. Right. And then like I wake up the next morning and it's slightly like it's not a total 24 hours, right? So it's always like a random different part of whatever season it is. Like I watched the very last episode of Saved by the Bell today and the very first episode of Saved by the Bell today.
Right.
It was weird.
That must have, you go from when they're like,
holy shit, that was
full
weird.
On adults to like little kids.
Yeah, they were in college and Zach and Kelly were getting married, right?
Yeah.
That's the ending. It ends on the movie. There's a movie where they get married in Vegas, right? That's how it ends. But they don't have the movie on the channel, which is weird. But the first episode, I had to look this up because it was so weird. The first, actually, I think it's the first season.
It's like Hello, Miss Bliss, isn't it? Like, it's not even. Yeah.
Yes, it is very strange. It's like it's mostly a different cast. Like Zach and Screech are there, and everybody else, and
Mr. Belding's there, right?
Mr. Belding's there, and the one girl, I always forget her name, the black girl, Lisa. Yeah, she's there. Those are the only like cast members that like carry over. Everybody else is different. The opening monologue is like from the girl, Mrs. Bliss or whatever her name is, her perspective. Like it's super weird. It is such a weird show. It was like more focused on the teachers and shit. Very strange. Very strange. Saved by the Bell things. But there's also a channel that just airs nothing but old PBS, which is actually kind of dope because it's just like,
I would like that.
Yo, here's some random Reading Rainbow episodes. And I'm like, I'm down for this. This is fucking great. Like, it's awesome.
So we didn't talk about it when Addie was on when we were talking about like obscure like children's programming. But I think I've talked about it to you before on Nerds Without Pants.
Sure.
And no one's ever been able to find it. I've never been able to find it. And I swear it was on PBS, but I've tried to search by like the year range that I remember this show being on. But I swear it was on PBS. And what I remember of it was that there was like this kind of abandoned antique shop almost.
Okay.
And I remember a part where you would see like writing appear like in the dust of the window as if someone was writing it with their finger, but no one was there. And I want to say there was a time travel component to it at some point where these kids ended up like in the Middle Ages or something.
It wasn't Ghost Rider, was it?
Everybody says it's Ghost Rider, but I don't think it was.
Oh.
But maybe it was. I have to go look.
No, because Ghost Rider was like, it was on the computer. Like he was on the computer and he would just show up, like he would just write on the computer, I think.
Okay, yeah, there was definitely no computer involved.
Okay,
in
this was before computers, so I don't think it was that.
Well, it wasn't before computers, but like,
well, but before they were like
in
media.
accessible.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, because this was like Ghost Rider, if I remember right, was like mid to late 90s.
Oh no, this was 80s.
This sounds early. It sounds earlier than that.
I feel like I was like 6 or 7.
Right.
So we're talking 86, 87 around there.
Yeah, that'd be tough to find.
Yeah. But it drives me crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
because I remember it being really like kind of off-putting in that way that a lot of like 80s children programming was.
That if it was on PBS, that might be your best bet, is to randomly find it on there, because like there's a show my sister used to watch called Zaboomafoo, which was just like these two brothers, I think, the Crap brothers, like maybe I'm wrong on their name, but they were just like animal dudes, and they had a little puppet monkey guy, and they sang songs about animals, and you learned about animals. It was it was a kid show.
I remember her going off on that show on Clickbait Update.
It was a whole thing. It was she loved that show. I found that on that. Never before. And I also found weird specials that those two brothers were doing on PBS before that show ever happened. Like there was just a whole like special that they did about horses.
Yeah.
Just wild horses just out there. It was weird.
Now have you seen any episodes of Square One on there?
No.
Man, I fucking loved Square One. As someone who hates math, I loved Square One. It was a math show.
Yeah.
And one of the big recurring bits was MathNet, which was a spoof of Dragnet.
Okay.
But, it was all math related.
Sounds good. That sounds all right. Yeah.
And some of the songs, I still remember I think it's 8% of my love.
Okay.
It's teaching about percentages, but it's like a 50s like high school type bop, and he's like, well, I can't give you 100% of my love because of all these reasons of like where I give my love, and like he explains like where all of the bits of his love go to. But that gives you 8% of my love.
Yeah. Well, that should be enough, right?
Yeah. Great song.
That's pretty good. No, I haven't seen that, but then again, I wasn't really looking out for it. There was
Sure.
Thomas the Tank Engine was on there, which is
Which somehow, like, I think predates me, but I think when it came over here, it was like after I was like too old for it.
right. Yeah, like eventually George Carlin was on it and shit, and yeah, I didn't eat it was whatever they were airing on there was not the George Carlin stuff. It was like I think the British stuff. I'm not even sure. It was wild.
Right.
But yeah, this is this is what I've been watching on TV. This shit and Bones for some. Although I only watched one episode of Bones. Man, that's a weird show. It's just like I don't know. The conceit of Bones, if you've never seen it, is it's like CSI, but there's David Boreanaz and a lady, and everybody calls the lady Bones. Thus the name of the show. And she studies bones and is good at solving crimes due to things related to bones. Right? That's her thing. But the thing that keeps the viewer coming back, I think, I don't know, is the long storyline of will they, won't they between David Boreanaz and the female.
Yeah,
right?
It's a tale as old as time.
Yeah, exactly. And like, but every time that stuff comes on, I'm like, Jesus Christ, oh God, can somebody just, I don't know, study some ribs for a while? Maybe I'll be into that. I don't know. What a weird world we live in. But I'm like that with all those shows, though. I'll sit there and watch Law and Order, but Law and Order I kind of like. Law and Order's all right.
I don't like police procedurals.
Yeah, I don't know why. I think I don't know what it is about Law and Order. I think it's just because I laugh at Ice-T a lot on that show. Because he's fucking hilarious to me.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. Like again. It's one of those things where like if it's on, I'll sit there and watch it because I'm like, well, I want to know who did it, and I want to know like Law and Order. The thing I like about Law and Order though is sometimes they don't win. That's what's interesting about it. Like they'll have like they know it's this guy, they know he did it this way, but they fuck up something and they can't actually convict him of it. And I'm like, that's actually kind of interesting,
right?
So there's that aspect. All the spin-offs I'm not interested in. That's too much. That's going too far. But here we are. Anyway, television, what a ride.
Actually, I think I'll talk about it later because we actually have a TV related question for comments, questions, concerns later. So a couple things before we jump into it. I had planned on doing this anyway, but then it ended up turning into something bigger.
Sure.
I had wanted to do a Patreon sale to kind of try to incentivize some new people to hop on the Patreon, specifically for the executive producer tier, so people can check out Cinemorons because I'm so proud of it.
Can we name the sale anything?
Yes, but I did.
Well, can I suggest a name anyway?
Absolutely.
Come on, ride the train and ride it. Choo-choo.
Okay, I'll put that in my back pocket for next time.
Okay, thank you.
So originally I was just planning on doing this in order to drum up some more interest in the Patreon, but it turned into something bigger.
Okay.
Because I reached out to Giant Bomb to see about getting an ad on the Bombcast because now that they're 100% independent, one, they're the ones handling that shit now, and two, I feel better about advertising with them when I know the money is going to them and not the
weird
corpos,
CBS
right?
and all that shit. Yeah,
exactly. I already got a response from Jeff Bakalar, asking for details and stuff like that. But I want to make this happen. I don't know how much it's going to cost because when he asked me what our budget was, I was like, I'm actually not sure because we're a small operation and I've only ever advertised on much smaller shows, but
sure.
This is kind of what I want, blah, blah, blah. And he hasn't gotten back to me on that. But and so it might be that it's not going to progress any further until I come with a budget. But I want to try and make this happen. And so I want to try to drum up some extra money to see if we can make that. I mean, I'll end up paying for a bunch of out of pocket, but I would like some assistance with it. I put a poll out on the Discord and we didn't get a ton of people answering it, but the ones that did were all I'll pitch in.
I think you should just email Jeff Bakalar back and tell him to come on Ride the Train and ride it. Choo choo.
I feel like that's probably going to be the opposite of the effect that I want. But,
Oh, well,
yeah.
it's the thought that counts, you know?
The easiest way to pitch in for this project is to go to our Coffee account and just kick us some money there. The link is always in the link tree, but I wanted to actually like point it out this time because, you know, this is actually like more of like a fundraiser type thing.
Sure.
But Dennis Robertson, you are not allowed to donate to it because you already do too goddamn much.
Yeah.
So I don't want to see extra money coming from you on this thing.
Yeah, you're banned.
But then also the Patreon is another way to do it. So right now, until, as you're listening to this, until the end of August, the executive producer tier of Patreon is 75% off. So it's just $1.25 to get access to everything.
That's all right.
For like 30 days, and then it'll go up to the $5. But hopefully, you know, that's incentive enough to like, you know, be like, you know, it's going to a good cause. And then also I was curious about the exclusive stuff, and then maybe stick around for a month or two after that. That'd be awesome. Because again, I think we're doing really great stuff with Cinemorons, and that's like the executive producer exclusive show. Sure. On top of also getting Suffer Select and whatever other stuff that we throw out in the Patreon feed. So like I said, that's going on right now, and you know, hopefully we can raise a little bit of money, and then I'll see, you know, kind of what I need to do to make up the difference. But I really want, and you know, people were saying like, well, you could advertise on a smaller show. I was like, well, yeah, but I've done that. Like I really like, this is me wanting to see what happens if I take a much bigger swing. Because I'd also looked at like advertising on Overcast, the podcast app. Sure. Because that's funnily enough how I found No One Can Know About This. Is I just happened to click on that banner ad because the logo looked interesting and the name was interesting, and I'm glad that I did, because I probably would have found the show eventually because just of what I'm into, but I'm glad that I found it when I did. Right. But I feel that like advertising on Giant Bomb would be like a much more, it's like, that's our audience. Like, you know, people who love video games, who love podcasts and love long podcasts. So it's like, you know, that's really kind of our wheelhouse.
And horses. They like horses too.
Yes. Oh yes.
Who doesn't?
Of course. Yes. Everybody's on that gold ship train.
Yeah.
And then one other announcement is I also want more people on the Discord. That has nothing to do with the Giant Bomb ad campaign. It's just more friends, more allies. Come on in.
I should get on the Discord more. I'm bad about socializing on the internet. I'm just awful at it.
Yeah, you're also pretty busy these days.
I'm busy these days, but like I have a bad habit of like everything on my phone. Like I get like I leave too many notifications on, and then like everything comes up at once, and so I just close it all because I'm like, I don't have time to go through all this.
Sure.
Who has the time?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Your job is also the type where it's I would imagine you're working with your hands a lot more.
I'm actually like doing stuff I don't usually have time to like. I wish I did. I wish I had time to be like, oh yeah, while I'm sitting here at my desk, like do this. There are some days where like I actually like where ain't shit happening, but like they're kind of few and far between, and I don't really get to. I'm a blue collar man.
That's right.
Styx had a whole song about it. Look it up.
But yeah, the link is in the link tree also in the show notes for the Discord. But if you're on Discord and you listen to the show, come swing by. It's a really nice place to be. And you'd be surprised. Like, it's actually fairly active. And especially, I mean, so the patrons are pretty crazy because they will start commenting on the show within like the first hour of it going up.
That, yeah.
No matter when I put it up, mind you, because there's times when I will, like last week, I put up the latest episode for the patrons on Saturday night because the previous one had been late.
Right.
And comments started coming in Saturday night, and I was like, like some of them just like they are waiting. They are fucking wild. Waiting.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate, but. You know, but if you're not a patron, but you're curious about like what's going on as far as discourse, like pop in on there on a Wednesday and then just like scroll back a bit and you'll see like a bunch of talk about the latest episode. Right. It's a good time. In addition to just random gaming stuff and whatnot. And then the only other thing, Justin, is I don't know if you were aware of this, but it's we're in like kind of the Comic-Con season.
Oh no, I was definitely not aware of that. I don't know why you would even assume I would be aware of that. That's
I mean,
kinda
well,
fun.
it's not just Comic Con, right? I mean, there's like San Diego Comic Con, there's Anime Expo,
it's the con season.
it's the con season, right?
The con
all,
season. Okay.
all sorts of geek conventions where you might have a CEO come out and announce stuff on a stage.
Mhm.
Just wanted to make sure that you're aware of that and that the listeners are aware that that's still going on as we're talking about this. There's still conventions going on as we speak.
Is it like okay?
Yeah,
What?
I just wanted you to be aware.
All right. Well, okay, I'm aware.
Excellent.
Great.
So yeah, I guess I'll kick off because there was one thing that happened last weekend that was actually a lot of fun.
All right, cool.
I think I had mentioned that a friend of the show, John Gholson, was coming over to do some pickups and stuff like that, and work on some stuff. So my initial idea, I had found I think I mentioned it on the show last week, actually. I found a dumpling place on Uber Eats, and I was like, it seems too far.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, if I order this, it's probably going to get canceled. Like, because usually when things are like really far, they like can't find a driver or whatever, and it just like sits in limbo for like an hour and a half, and they're like, your order's canceled. And I was like, man, I could have driven there myself.
Usually I found the best strategy if you're really trying to go hard on something like that is like tip exorbitantly. That's like the only way, because then somebody will be like, well, fuck it, for like half, however much it is, and like you're if you're giving them like $20 to come there, a lot of the time they'll be like, yeah, fuck it, I'll do it.
Right.
But that's about it.
But usually what I'm ordering is like under $20, so it's a little rough.
Yeah, you'd almost have to like double the price of the order, which is like, sometimes it's like, it's not worth it. I'm not saying it's worth it. I'm just saying if you want it that badly.
If you want it that bad, for sure. But when John was coming over, I was like, oh, cool. Let's go to lunch at that dumpling place.
Right.
And then I looked it up, and it turns out that like they have multiple locations around town.
Okay.
But this particular one is takeout only.
Interesting.
And then he was like, well, we could just go to H Mart, which is that Asian market that he had taken me to like a while back. But when we went there the first time, like the food court was closing down, so we didn't actually get to experience it. And this time it was like, lunchtime on a Sunday. And I was like, no, that'd be perfect. Like, so I didn't really get to see what was going on there. So we went to H Mart, and I got a Korean corn dog.
Okay,
Justin,
cool.
Like I was jonesing for.
Was it good?
Dude,
I've never had one of those. Are they good?
I hadn't either.
Yeah. Okay. All right. This is the first time. Okay.
Yes, it was so freaking good.
All right. Okay.
And it's funny because like they had a bunch of different types, and I ordered it with cheese, like just like it's like the hot dog, and then they wrap cheese around it, and they do the coating. And I think you don't need anything extra. I actually wish I hadn't gotten it with the cheese.
The seasoning enough, huh? The coating.
Yeah, and because so like your typical corn dog, like the actual corn layer is like pretty thin.
Yeah. Right.
Korean corn dog,
not so much.
It's very thick.
Okay. All right.
And it's just like perfectly fried. Like it's just like a really good texture. And it's like crispy and soft at the same time.
All right.
Really good.
Okay. Sounds interesting. Yeah.
And I also ordered something called egg toast.
Expand upon that. Yeah.
It's funny because the actual toast is a lot like Texas toast.
I was going to say if somebody like made French toast, right? I would be like, that's egg toast.
Right.
Because that's how it's made. So yeah, okay, explain. Go ahead.
I don't know exactly how they make it.
Okay.
But it's very thick pieces of bread. It's a sandwich, so it's two pieces of bread. It's almost like they take like a double thick version of a Texas toast. That's how it comes normally, and then they cut it down the middle, but not all the way. Like it's not a completely open sandwich. It's just open at the top.
Interesting.
And then it's got egg in there, obviously. And then like you can get different fillings. So I got like teriyaki pork.
Interesting.
And dude,
pretty good, huh?
This place is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, sounds like it.
The toast itself was like just so buttery and like just like perfectly toasted.
Yeah.
And then like the egg was nice and fluffy, and the meat was just like nice and tender. I couldn't decide if I I was like, I kind of wish that I'd gotten 2 corn dogs instead, or 2 egg toasts.
Yeah,
but I liked getting one. And it's just that I wanted more of each.
I mean, you might as well shop around a little bit. I get it.
Yeah, and I was telling John, because we sat there and ate, and I was like, dude, if this had existed when I was in high school, I would have been fucking insufferable.
Yeah, I
would have turned into a turbo weeb.
Right. Oh yeah, probably.
They've got gotcha machines. They've, and that's not even like, this is just a food court. I'm not even talking about the market itself, which has all of the stuff that you see on anime that you wish that you could get your hands on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
it's very cool.
It sounds pretty cool. It sounds pretty all right. Yeah.
It was really good. And then John came back. We did the stuff, and then he had to watch a movie for I forgot, I actually didn't write this down, but I'll just mention it. He had to do a movie for a podcast, and it turned out to be The Working Man, starring Jason Statham.
Okay, yeah.
And very long, listeners of me will know that I am a huge Jason Statham fan.
Statham guy, yeah.
Yeah. Me and my friend Joe, like our ongoing thing is that like our partner is allowed to cheat with Jason Statham, no questions asked.
Yeah.
Like, because it's Statham, it's fine.
Right. Yeah.
There's no competing against that. We get it.
Right.
But it's been a long time. Like, I've been a bad Statham fan because I have not watched one of his like solo movies in a really long time. Like, I think the last one I saw was Safe.
Okay.
So it's been a long time.
Sure.
Like the most recent thing that he was in, and it wasn't him starring in it by himself, but it was Hobbs and Shaw, which came out like right before lockdown.
Okay, yeah, Hobbs and Shaw. He also had The Beekeeper, right? Was that?
Yeah, and I wanted to see The Beekeeper. I just never got around to it.
Yeah.
Dude, this movie was fucking trash.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man.
I bet it was.
It was boring.
Yeah.
Nonsensical.
Uh-huh.
And I've never had this complaint about any film before.
Right.
But the costuming was some of the worst that I've ever seen. It was a thing where it was like, why are all the characters dressed like this? Like there's these 2 like Russian mobsters who were brothers.
Yeah.
And they're wearing like tracksuits, but in like one is like almost all orange and one is almost all blue. And I started laughing. I told John, I was like, they look like Final Fight enemies.
Right.
It's like there's 1P and 2P.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they were going for. Yeah.
Yeah, and it feels like they were trying to go for like a John Wick vibe, but instead of like all of the eccentric stuff being on the good guys' side, it's actually all the villains have like all these weird like things going on.
It almost sounds like they were trying to do like a weird version of like Snap, like a lot of the Guy Ritchie movies had that shit where like all the bad guys had like this like almost over the top persona type thing going on. Like Bullet Tooth Tony is like an over the top guy. Right. But like, you dial that up a little bit and do the costumes and all that shit. Almost like comic book superhero type thing.
Yeah, it was really
real
weird,
life.
dude.
Yeah.
He goes to this biker bar to like, because he's looking for this guy, and he thinks that like if he does this drug deal that it might get him closer to the guy he's looking for.
Sure.
And the guy that runs the drug trade out of this biker bar is sitting on what looks like the throne of Westeros from Game of Thrones, but instead of swords, it's like motorcycle exhausts.
Yeah. I feel like I have seen something like that on the internet somewhere. Yeah.
So it's a movie about like Jason Statham trying to rescue his boss's daughter who got like sold into like a trafficking ring. So
it's the working man's Taken is what we're doing.
Pretty much, yeah. So the subplot with her is that, the bad guys are trying to set her up on a date or whatever. Mm-hmm. But Justin, she was taught, like her parents taught her how to take care of herself. And also when Statham was like looking in her room, like they made sure that you saw all of her martial arts trophies and whatnot, right? But the thing is that like the guy that she gets set up with, he's supposed to be like this like real gross like smarmy dude. He's like short. Sure. He's got like he's balding, but his hair is slicked back, and he's got the ponytail to make up for the thing. But it wasn't until the second time, because like at the second time they show him, he's got like the cigarette holder.
Okay.
And I was like, what the fuck is going on here, John? Is this his audition for the next Penguin?
Yeah.
And then the next time they show him after that, before that, he's wearing a cape.
Why wouldn't he
Okay,
be?
not a cloak, a cape.
Good.
Over his tux, and it's a tux with a bow tie.
Right.
And then when they show him the third time, he's got a fucking top hat on, and I was like, oh no, they are just going for 100% penguin.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dude, awful.
Weird.
Absolutely
weird.
awful.
Yeah, that sounds, I don't know. This kind of sounds all right. This kind of sounds so bad. It's funny.
No, it's not. That's the problem. Like
it's the problem. Oh no.
Like it's boring as shit, and beyond the fact of like of just being constantly amazed at what the villains are wearing.
Yeah,
that's all you got.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's kind of that sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you had to sit through Jason Statham's Working Man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for Statham because
to be fair, I don't know if I've heard much good about like Beekeeper or anything else.
So I've heard bad things about the Beekeeper, but dude, he's a man who keeps bees. That is also a beekeeper, which was like a special ops group.
Oh, okay.
Like, come on.
That might be kind of hilarious in its own way. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and the bad guys are like. It's like one of those like firms that's like a debt collector firm that just like constantly like hounds people, and they cause his friend to kill herself. Yeah, because of all the harassment. I'm like, that's actually a pretty good setup.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah. I'm just hoping he's not going down the weird route of like, I need the money, so I'll star in anything type thing.
I am a little worried about that.
That's kind of what I'm worried about when
the other issue with this particular movie, and you can tell that they wanted it to be a franchise. Like you can see where like because David Harbour's in it as because Statham is like an ex-military guy, and there's this so apparently Stallone wrote part of this movie. And so if you've seen John Rambo, it's got similar vibes to John Rambo. Okay. But I really like John Rambo because like the last half hour of that movie is basically a horror movie for human traffickers where he sets up just like this like kill box with like all these booby traps and shit. And it's like a horror movie for the bad guys. It's pretty intense. Yeah. But there's like this undercurrent of like, it's like super oorah and I don't know, man. Like it kind of got like just like a little bit of an ick feeling. Yeah, sure. Watching. I couldn't really put my finger on, where it was coming from, but it was just like, I don't know, man. I feel like all these characters are like just one step away from like slapping a American flag with a blue line. Mm-hmm. Yeah. On their jackets or whatever. Yeah. All the good guys. Yeah. Yeah. I can see it. The more you explain, the more I'm like, yeah, that sounds like something they'd write. Yeah. Oh man. Well, I'm sorry that you had to sit through that. It doesn't sound super great. I'm not gonna lie. No, it was a fun time though. Yeah. Just hanging out with John, but right. Oof.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Super Mega Hero Con is pleased to welcome Kevin Feige to the stage. Please give him a warm round of applause.
Hello, I'm Kevin Feige, head of Marvel Studios. We're proud of the accomplishments we've made over the past 18 years of incredible MCU movies, TV shows, and animation. But we know that times change, and we always listen to you, the fans, who've kept us alive well past the Eternals. You're tired of us building up to complex storylines and not telling more self-contained stories. You're tired of over-the-top CG climaxes against larger-than-life antagonists. So we're going back to the philosophies that brought us Iron Man. Focused, character-centered films starring lesser-known characters from the Marvel Universe that we know you'll grow to love. So coming 2027, look forward to Sleepwalker. This film centers on Rick Sheridan, a student who has his mind shared by Sleepwalker, part of a race of interdimensional beings that can slip between the dream world and the real world. Sleepwalker will face off against the enigmatic Nightmare and will feature a guest spot by Benedict Cumberbatch, reprising his role as Doctor Strange. It's okay, you can clap. In May of 2027, it's the long-awaited movie debut of Darkhawk, the movie everyone's demanded. Chris Powell finds a strange amulet in an abandoned amusement park, and it gives him the ability to transform into the Dark Hawk, a mysterious winged avenger of the night. But what are the origins of the amulet? And can Chris control his newfound powers? You want to know more? You're going to have to go to the movies to find out. That's how movies work! Finally, in the fall of 2028, we have Deathlock. We decided to go back to the 90s version of this classic character, and we can't wait for new audiences to learn about Jack Truman, a former S.H.I.E.L.D. agent turned cyborg, on a gritty tale of revenge. We're so excited here at Marvel to bring these unique characters to life for the first time.
Wasn't Deathlock in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Shut up, it's a new era for the MCU. Join us.
Well, now what?
Well, I thought I'd kick it over to you for a bit.
Oh, okay.
All
All right.
I feel like I've been
Good,
going for a
good.
bit.
Excellent segue for me. All right. Oh, what did I do? Last week I was playing Mafia, the Old Country, and this week I have finished Mafia, the Old Country. Did it over that weekend after the podcast.
Does that make the first 2025 game that you have finished this year, Justin?
No, I finished Wander Stop too.
Right. Okay.
And that's still the best game that I played this year.
Which I have purchased. It's on my PlayStation. I just haven't fired it up yet.
That I finished. I should specify. I haven't finished much.
Yeah, you played plenty of 2025.
Yeah, I played plenty of them, but that's the top of my list, which is I'm instant. I don't know. This is a weird year for me.
Yeah.
Mafia: The Old Country is a weird fucking game to me. I remember talking about this last time where I was like, yeah, I'm kind of like waiting for the game to open up. And then I remember you being like, well, I think it's more of like a level-based thing. And I was like, it doesn't feel like it. And the more I went, the more I was like, oh, he's right. It's a level-based thing. But why is it built this way? And I kept...
Okay, is it a level-based thing, or is it more like Tomb Raider 2013, where it's kind of like hub and spoke type?
What's say that last part again?
Like a hub and spoke, because
no,
Tomb Raider 2013 was like you're exploring this area, but then it would shoot off into areas that became kind of level-based.
Nothing like that. It is you are doing this, and this is the mission, and you do that mission. And it's
kind of refreshing, actually.
Yeah, it's not like I get it. No, that's totally fine. I that's not the part of the game I'm judging. The part of the game I can tell what happened here is they designed an open world game and then went, we don't actually have anything for the open world. Let's just kind of make it a level based thing. And
either that, or I'm wondering if they were like, we don't have the budget to make stuff for this open world.
The whole open world is there.
Right.
It's very weird. They set it like I described the opening last week, where it's like, okay, you get out of the mine, you do all this stuff, you're in the Mafia, great. You're in the vicinity of the Mafia and things are happening. But they introduce you pretty early to this guy and they go, hey, come back here and buy stuff. And whenever you find one of these things out in the world, come back and bring it here. And I was like, okay, so this is an open world game. Cool. All right. I know how these are fine, which is kind of what I expected from that franchise, I guess. And then as it went, I was like, when am I going to go back to that store actually? Because there's no way, you can't deviate from the path. It kind of does the Red Dead thing. If you start to wander a little bit, it'll be like, no, you got to go back or the mission's going to fail. It's very strange. They have all these things set up to where it's it'll access the store because they realized it was a thing, but then a lot of the times there would just be like spots around certain maps where it's like, this is where we set a little thing for the store, right? But you can't access it. It's just X'd out. And I'm like, what is going on in this game? It's so fucking weird.
Now let me ask you this. Is it a game that has, because this is my problem with the Gears of War games and then most recently Space Marine 2, where, well, so those games, it's more of just because of the pace of the game themselves. It's not that you get penalized for exploring.
Yeah.
Those games have a lot of collectibles, but I find them easily missable because just the way they're paced is like, you're on to the next fight,
It actually is very much like that. There was a ton of collectibles that I'm like, I have no idea where the hell I was supposed to go to get that stuff. Like, there's no fucking clue.
Yeah, because to me, you know, I don't know if Mafia is this way, but like I said, with the Gears and War and the Space Marine thing, the pace feels so breakneck that when I do have the opportunity to like breathe, I'm not incentivized to like go look at every nook and cranny, because that hasn't been what I've been doing for 90% of my time.
There's a lot of collectibles in it. There's like newspapers. I don't know if they count those towards the collectibles. There's these little things that you're supposed to be able to sell to the store. I could only find like 3 of them. There's apparently a lot more to get money. There's also these, like, I think they're foxes or something like that. There's like 50 of them you're supposed to get. I found one the entire time. That's it.
Okay.
And it was like, oh, that's one of those things. Okay, cool. I guess I found one. Great. I was like, I don't know where the rest of these are hidden. Maybe I'm just dumb because I don't look around environments that much. But like even the levels are, I mean, it just felt like I was kind of like railroaded most of the time. Like, I'm just going through a level, which is fine. That was not my complaint. It was just weird. Like, because you could open up the map and it would show you like, oh, over here is one of these. And I was like, I can't go there though. Like
okay, that's going to be my second question. Is like, are you getting penalized? Like,
if
for
you can,
trying to explore,
if you can explore in that game, I don't know when you can. Like, it was because it always felt like it was like, now go do this, now go do this, go talk to this guy, and like it was very much like very linear. Which is, again, that's fine. I'm not complaining about that.
And the game doesn't, like, when you finish it, it doesn't be like, it's not like, hey, you can level select and like go back for the stuff you missed.
Not that I know of. I don't think it does.
Weird.
The other weird part is and like I said, I can tell they built it as an open world game for a lot of reasons. Here's another one. You can spend money to get new horses and new cars. But you half the time, there's only like 2 parts in the game, or 2 or 3 parts in the game where they will let you select what horse you want to ride or what car you want to drive. The other ones, it's just like, no, get in this car. This guy's in here. Just go. It's super weird. It's like, why is this here? This doesn't make any sense. Why? Like, it felt like you built it around this, but then just didn't have anything. So you just kind of scrapped it.
You can see that when you go back to the original Alan Wake also, because that was going to be a full-on open world, and then they scaled it way back. And if you know that, you can see where...
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that. It's very interesting. Now, the world itself is very pretty. Like, the environments are really cool. Like, the characters look fine. My biggest complaint, honestly, is like just a lot of just the decisions that they made, just basic gameplay. I don't like the shooting very much in this game. To me, it was an awful choice because it feels kind of like Resident Evil like shooting, where you have to aim and the cursor comes in, and that's when you can shoot, right? It's that.
So if you're moving the stick too much,
you
get less accurate.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to, but it's not zombies that you're shooting. Like, I get why they do it in Resident Evil. It's to kind of like, no, you're gonna have to let this guy get real close to you, and you don't want him to be close. So let's do it that way. It's done for a reason. Here it's done. I don't know why they did it that way. I really don't. It's a cover shooter. So you have guys hiding behind cover, And as soon as they pop up, they are fucking shooting you. So in order to shoot them back, you have to take damage. Like you're just getting shot a few times before, and like your life goes down pretty quick. It is not fucking around with you. It's very strange. There's a lot of shots where I'm like, I don't know how I missed that. The guy was right there. I definitely shot him, but didn't shoot him. Okay, cool, whatever. I guess I'm dead.
Yeah.
It's weird. I did not really care for it. A lot of the levels are kind of layered the same too, where it's like, okay, we're going to go in stealth. We're going to end in a shootout or something. And then we're going to end on a knife fight. The plot's hilarious to me in this game. There's so many times where I'm just like, if apparently in, 1900s Sicily, if you just get your knife out, nobody will shoot you ever. Like they have to accept the knife fight challenge. They must. It has to happen. There's so many times where I'm like,
I mean, okay, but how many times have we seen Kazuma Kiryu just strip off his shirt?
I know, but there's times where I'm like, it doesn't make sense. That guy should have just shot him. Like,
right.
It really doesn't. There's one. It's fairly early in the game. You go and you're saving this guy from bandits. They're like lawless bandits. And you get to the end of it, and he has the drop on you. He is pointing a shotgun at you. He knows who you are, and you just go, knife fight? And he's like, fuck it, man, yeah. And he just throws his shot. I'm like, what are you doing? You don't give a fuck, man. Shoot that guy. What are we doing? It's so nuts. The story's like nothing. It's every Mafia story you probably ever see. You can call every shot. Like, I was like, that guy's gonna die. This is what's gonna happen. I was kind of like this. There was a couple bits that was like, oh, that's kind of an okay bit for a Mafia thing. I did like the setting, and I did like certain bits here and there. The voice acting is kind of hilarious. Like, there's the story is basically focused on you're a guy from a sulfur mine. You get saved by the Mafia Don. You get work at his place. You fall in love with his daughter, and you're gonna try to get with his daughter, but that's not cool because Mafia Don is crazy, of course. So you gotta get in good with him, and then you guys are gonna run away together. Shenanigans ensue. That's the main gist of the story, right? But like, the girl playing the main love interest just kept cracking me up because she's just like weirdly over the top sometimes. Like, it sounds like somebody mocking an Italian accent a lot of the time. I'm not sure if she is, but like the Mafia Don especially, I'm like, you are just summoning your inner Marlon Brando. Like, it's not even subtle. Like, you're just really trying to do a Marlon Brando. And
hot take incoming.
Yeah.
I didn't like The Godfather because I thought Marlon Brando was kind of trash in it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past whatever it was that he was doing in that movie.
Right.
I'd read the book beforehand, and I was like, it was one of those like cliche things where like, man, the book was way better than this.
Right. Yeah. I don't mind The Godfather, and I think I don't think that movie's like any better because Marlon Brando's performance was amazing in it. I get what he's going for, and I think it works fine, but like, it's one of those things that I'm like, yeah, he did that, and that was what he did. Like, that's the voice. But like, then everybody wanted to do it, and when you're parodying it, that's fine. Like, but when you're doing it in a serious role, I'm like, I don't think this works. Like, you should maybe do a different thing. So go ahead.
Cliches aside, like, is it at least compelling and like written well enough that it kind of kept you going? I mean, you did finish it.
Here's the thing. I got towards the end, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm at the end. Like, there's nowhere else this would really go. And I was like, okay, and then it did another thing. I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure this is the final showdown. Like, this seems like the climax, right? This is how this would go, I guess. And then I don't know how this whole the main plot's going to resolve from here, but I'm sure it can. Maybe it'll be a cutscene or whatever. And then it was like, no, we have to do this other thing. I was like, okay, so we're not done. This is kind of a weird way to do this. And that exact mission that I'm referencing here has some of the worst fucking checkpointing I've seen in a while. Like, I was so annoyed. There was like one, it wants you to go off these 3 dudes, right? And you have to, they're each their own little mission, and which is like, I was like, oh, it's kind of an okay idea here, because I'm thinking it's the very end. At the very end, to make me kind of do one of each type of thing. Like, we have our big stealth thing, we have our big shootout thing, and maybe like I don't know, some other type of thing. I don't know. But so you go to do a big shootout, and the man drives away in his car, and you have to chase after him in your car. Driving's like not the greatest thing. It's not terrible, but it's not the greatest either.
To be expected for that time period also.
Yeah, right. I think the cars are like a little faster than what they would be in 1908, but I guess that's, for video game purposes, that's fine. I don't mind. But like, so you do this big car chase, and it ends in this shootout, and then I kept getting to the shootout, and motherfuckers kept throwing grenades at me, and I would die. And it would start me at the beginning of the car chase, which was like a 5-10 minute long fucking car chase every single time, only to get blown up by fucking grenades every time. Oh my god, I was so fucking pissed. So I was like, can't you just start me at the shootout? Most of the time it's been really good about this, but no, just start me at the car chase. Okay, cool, great. But then I was like, okay, after this is probably the end. There's probably going to be, I don't know how it's going to resolve from there. And it was like, no, there's this other thing. I'm like, oh my god, like it was one of those things where I was like, okay, it's just I have to be at the end, right? Like, like there's nowhere else, nothing else we can do. And then it ended, and I was like, okay, it's definitely over now. And then it was like, no, one more thing. And I was like, god damn it. God fucking damn it. It was like, it wasn't ridiculous or anything, but like I was kind of over it at the end, and I was just like, I really don't fucking want to do this, but
starting to sound like not a recommend.
It's really not. I really don't recommend it, honestly.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like I said, I think the shooting is really frustrating in it. Overall, it's okay. I'll put it like this. If you have nothing better to do and that game is on sale, by all means play it. It's kind of mindless entertainment. You know what you're gonna get out of it. But it's nothing that's gonna blow your socks off or anything in there. I think the time period's pretty cool, and I think some of the scenery is pretty great looking, for right now in video games. Other than that, I don't think anybody needs to play Mafia: The Old Country. I'm just being honest. Like, by the end of that game, I was like, I am fucking over this, but I know I'm almost done, and I want to finish a fucking video game. So let's do it.
Do you think it would be one of those like B titles that I really get into, or even then, like,
I don't, man, depends on how you feel about the shooting. Cause like,
right. I wish there was a demo.
Yeah. And the weird thing is that they don't give you a gun for a while in that game. Like, it's a couple hours in before you get a gun. Like, you do a horse race before you do a fucking gunfight in that game,
which I appreciate.
Yeah, no, I actually liked that bit. And one of my favorite bits was in the beginning. They give you a gun and it's not loaded. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, actually. And then eventually they put bullets in it. It's like, yeah, now it means something. I'm like, that's okay, cool. That's actually a neat way to do that. Yeah, the shooting's real weird. I really think that's like kind of the make or break of that game. Most of the time I just was getting like upset by it. Like I said, there's something with the AI because they'll hide and they'll fucking just pop up and they're shooting instantly with pretty good aim right at you. And the only way to like get a good beat on them is to aim for a little bit. So they're just fucking popping caps in your ass while you're just trying to like, hold on a second. Oh, okay. And then I missed. Oh, good. Great. And then so it's kind of like, it gets a little irritating. Also another definite choice that the game made was, you don't just loot things off of corpses. Like, you don't just like run over the bodies, get ammo. Nobody's like just dropping stuff on the ground for you to pick up. You have to actually walk over and pat the body down. There's big gunfights where you kill a lot of dudes and there's vital resources like health stuff and shit like that on those bodies. So you're sitting there walking around to like 6-7 dudes just like, okay, let me hold the button down, let him do his little pat down motion, and then okay, all right, move on to the next guy, do this, okay, all right. And meanwhile like whoever you're in the scene with is just screaming at you while everything's on fire in the background. It's really weird.
Yeah, I was thinking that there's kind of a good tension to that. Like if you're in the middle of a firefight and you need like bullets, but you're having to like take the time to like
sometimes that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'll agree.
But
with
when you also have an NPC, like just because
I
always hate that, like especially when it's a spot where it's like this is obviously a place where I need to like where the player is going to look around for shit.
Yeah,
and the NPC that's with you is just like, let's go, blah
let's
blah
go.
blah.
Come on, we gotta go. Oh, that's
my
constant
dude
in this game.
There's still crates for me to inspect.
Yeah, that's constant in this game, and like there's a lot, and even still, like there's certain times in this game where like, okay, we're in this like fireworks factory or some shit, and like everything's on fire, and you're just like, hold on a second, let me just pat these bodies down. I need a couple bandages before I move into this next room.
Yeah,
yeah. There is,
You know what you could do with that would actually be pretty fun is if it was like perfect reload, but for checking a body.
Right.
Where like there's like a button, you hit the button and then you have to hit the button again in time and then you get like a quick resource gather.
I would take anything, but yeah, no, it's just like hold the button down and do it. It was really awkward. And like sometimes there's like there's a lot of mechanics in this game that I'm like, why is this really even here? Like there's a move body mechanic and they do it like almost Hitman style where it's like, okay, they got some little like, disposal dumpster type things or boxes that you can throw the guys in. But 9 times out of 10, they're spaced out so much that it's like, nobody's going to walk over here and see this guy. Like I never had that problem. So I just leave bodies where they're never paid the price for that. Nobody ever found just a random body. I was like, You had some ideas that you just kind of like threw in here. It feels real weird. I mean, that's fine. Like, and it's definitely like Hitman style. Like you go up to the guy, mash the X button to choke him out, but you also have a knife. I do kind of like the knife bit. Like, I think that was kind of one of their better ideas. Like you have to use your knife you can stealth kill people with it. And it's just like one button instead of having to mash. That's fine. But like also you open up any like loot chests and shit that you find with the knife and it has like a life bar and you have to get whetstones to sharpen it and stuff like that. I was like, that's kind of an okay thing to do. I don't hate that.
Yeah, the way Vinny was describing like the knife stuff on Nextlander this week, that actually was kind of selling me on the game.
Yeah, that stuff is pretty cool. And like the knife fighting itself was it was fine. Like like the parry window felt pretty good. Cuz there was a parry. There was like a guard break type thing. Like people had like unbreakable attacks that you had to dodge, and it had perfect dodging and all this other stuff. I was like, okay, and like motherfuckers were throwing sand in my eyes. I was like, these knife fights are pretty cool. Actually, I don't hate these. They're a little one note. Like everybody, like once you've seen like a couple dudes, like you usually kind of know the arsenal. There's like 1 or 2 of them that have like a grab attack that they got my ass with every now and then, but like for the most part, like you kind of know what's coming. Yeah, really weird game. Really weird game. Like I know what happened. Like I know with my whole heart, they designed that thing to be open world. Like there's no way around it. And then they just scaled it back. They're like, yeah, this isn't going to work. Let's scale it back. And a lot of the game is like GTA style, like walk and talk or drive and talk. Like that's how they do a lot of the story in it. And that's fine. I didn't hate any of that. It was totally okay. But like, it's just weird. Like it's just really weird. But yeah, like I really disliked the shooting. I thought that it wasn't like the worst shooting I've ever experienced. Obviously, like I played some really bad video games. I think, we all have at some point, but like it definitely wasn't what I would have went with for a game like that. And I think it kind of adds a lot of unnecessary frustration to it.
Do you think they were trying to do it that way to play into the inaccuracy of the firearms of the time?
Maybe, but like, I'm not sure what they were going for really. Sometimes like they have two different types. Like there's a rifle and a shotgun and obviously like a revolver. Like those are kind of the three types of a pistol, because they're different kinds of pistols. The rifle, they all have different stats of like how accurate they are, and you can kind of pick stuff up off the ground, which is kind of encouraged sometimes. Every now and then I found I was like, oh man, this rifle is a terrible choice right now, but this shotgun is fucking doing motherfuckers in. So that's pretty okay. Like the shotgun feels good until you like horribly miss with it,
Right.
Or like a guy just randomly tanks a shot. And you're just like, that okay, this has been one-shotting all these guys, but you're gonna take 3 of them. Cool. All right, got it. Yeah, it's a weird game. I think it's one of those things that if you out there wanted to play it, wait for it to go on sale. That's my best advice. But if you can't wait, it's not the worst game I've ever played by any stretch, and it's only $50, which is not, $70. Not a terrible game, but definitely not one I would be like, drop everything, you have to play it. It's really not one of those.
Yeah.
Very mediocre. If I had to describe it as anything, decisively mediocre.
Yeah.
That's Mafia the Old Country to me.
Justin Ham gives Mafia the Old Country 6.5 out of 10. That's what that sounds like.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
That's about
Well, that's good
right.
to know. I wanted to buy it, but then like money's a little tight this month, and I was like, I'll wait until next month. But now I might just wait until
Yeah,
the
in my
break
personal
and get
opinion,
it for.
like it's probably. But then again, I don't know, Julian. Sometimes you have a different viewpoint on stuff like that, so you might love it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure.
Alone in the Dark was one of my favorite games
Right,
last year,
right.
which was like panned by all.
Yeah,
But this sounds like it's got enough of my particular issues with games that it might add up and be
I really mean it when I talk about the shooting. Like that cover shooting, like it felt cheap sometimes, because I'd just be like, okay, I'm aiming at this one guy, I'm getting shot from the side, and like every guy that I can shoot at will not lift their head up, and as soon as they do, they are shooting at me. Because you'll have one other guy, but they don't give a shit about that guy. They are focused on you.
Sure.
It feels cheap sometimes, and it also doesn't feel like the AI that is helping you is doing anything ever. Like they're shooting. I can see the man shooting, but he is never hitting anything that I've seen, and it's just like, why are you even here, man? Like this,
right.
What are we doing? Just to yell at me to come on? Okay, great, thanks. That's not annoying at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, Super Mega Hero Con is pleased to welcome Kevin Feige to the stage. Please give him a warm round of applause.
Hi, Kevin Feige here again. I wanted to let you know that we hear you. Since our announcement of our next slate of MCU films, the feedback has been loud and clear. You don't want more serious, character-driven stories. You want fun. You want smiles.
We want X-Men!
If you want fun and smiles, don't worry. We've got you covered. In February 2027, get ready for Slapstick. This cartoony chaos gremlin hit the scene in the early 90s with a half dozen other appearances in Marvel Comics, always to hilarious effect. Remember the mask? He's that. He's basically that. But he's basically that.
Smoking!
We're owned by Disney, so no smoking. Slapstick is the perfect lead into our May 2027 film, a Fantastic Four spinoff that will blow fans out of their seats. The Impossible Man. This character comes from the planet Pop-Up and can do anything. And the thing he enjoys doing most is pulling pranks on superheroes. The laughs keep coming when the Impossible Man bounces from the Fantastic Four's Future Foundation building to the Avengers headquarters. Both of them. And even runs amok at the Daily Bugle. That's right, folks. We're burning one of our Spider-Man deals for this movie, so you know we're serious. No! If that wasn't exciting enough, our fall 2027 movie finally brings brute force to life.
Who the hell is brute force?
Brute force is the story of a group of animals that were altered to have human speech and intelligence and then fitted with transforming battle armor. With it, Soar, Lionheart, Hip Hop, and Surfstreak battle eco-villains in a story that's as relevant today as it was back in 1990. Kids love animals. Kids love robots. Kids will love animals that transform like robots. And kids love our stellar voice cast. Jason Momoa, Rihanna, Jack Black, and returning to the MCU after a long absence, Chris Pratt as Surfstreak.
You suck.
Look, we're trying, okay? We're trying. This is hard. This is really, really hard.
Well, I also finished a game this week.
Excellent.
Fucking finally.
Nice.
I looked, it's like, I think the third 2025 game that fourth.
Oh, nice.
2025 game that
I think it's more than me, though.
Fifth game.
Yeah.
I was like, have I finished anything that was like long this year?
Right.
And the only thing that I've finished this year that is like above, is like average length or higher is
Right.
Expedition 33. Everything else is those sub 10 hours.
Right. Yeah.
I finished Ninja Gaiden Ragebound
Nice.
this week. And actually, I finished it over the weekend,
Cool.
just like you.
Yeah.
I finished it Sunday night. That game's great.
Nice.
It's really, really well done. There were some times where I thought I was going to have to tap out. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I got to one boss and I was like, I think I found the over 40 gamer filter boss. Because I had been on that boss. There were two boss fights that I probably tried 30 times or more.
Right.
Before I finally took them down. And it was kind of funny because I was thinking like, am I just not like, are there like mechanics that I'm not utilizing that I should be doing better? And then after I beat the game, I went to go look at like, okay, here's like someone doing like a no damage run on this. Let me see what like the masters are doing.
Right.
And it's like, oh no, they're doing exactly what I did. It's just that their reaction times are obviously like way faster than mine.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just not getting hit by the stuff that I was getting hit by.
Right.
I see that thing coming, but by the time I see it coming, it is already come.
Right.
Type of thing.
Right.
I do wish that there was like maybe one more level of complexity to the mechanics. I feel like I'm missing like something from my kit.
Okay.
You get like a lot of these talismans and like there's a bunch of them that you can get throughout the game. I didn't like, I think I only got about half of them, or maybe it's slightly more than half.
Right.
Including ones that actually are sort of like the skulls in Halo, that they make the game harder, but they also like increase your overall score rank at the end of the level.
Yeah.
So, because I think you can actually go up to like S++
Sure.
if you get an S rank, but you're also equipped with like 2 talismans that increase your rank but make things harder.
Yeah.
But you can only equip 2 talismans.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a bunch of them in there, and it's like, man, I kind of wish that I could equip like 3 or 4, especially considering that there's 4 total that are debuff talismans, and it's like, I'm sure there are some players out there who would like to do like a full debuff run, right, and have all 4 of those active at the same time, but you can't.
Right.
And it seems really strange to me that you can't do that.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah, but other than that, and the issues that I personally have with the bosses, and your mileage may vary with that. Like, you know, I really do feel that every year that you're younger than I am, you're going to have you're going to get through the game that much faster than I did. Cause it was 7 hours total, like when I finished it, but I would say like a good 30% of that was spent on 3 bosses.
Right.
I thoroughly enjoyed it. it's some of the best feeling platforming and just like hack and slash that I've played in a long time.
Cool.
The set pieces are really well done. The art is incredible. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I really stressed last time just how amazing the pixel art is on this. And I'm on record as being like, I don't like games that are trying to do like this is like a Super Nintendo game, because I like Super Nintendo when I was a kid.
Right.
Because I grew up with that. I've been there. I've done that. I don't care. Right. I get really tired of that. But
Right.
what I do like are people who are like, yo, but what if sprite art just kept evolving and you had stuff that was just continuing to iterate on itself through all the PlayStation and all the PlayStation 2 and all of the PlayStation 3, and now we're here. And that's what the Game Kitchen does, is like these sprites are just incredible and the animation is amazing, and there's no way this could have been done on, well, I mean, you could scale it way back and you could get this game running on like a PlayStation 1, but it would look and run like not nearly as well as this does.
Yeah.
But it's definitely doing stuff that is like, oh no, this is like some next level shit. And it does make me pine for like, man, what if Capcom just made like another 2D fighter,
Right.
like an actual 2D fighter, y'all? Like let's do it, because you can still do like so much and I know it's expensive and I know it's like time consuming and whatnot, but it just looks so cool.
Yeah.
So I loved it so much. So there was like when I finished, I was like, maybe I'll try to go back and get everything. Like, let's, and so the first thing that I did was like, okay, so one of the trophies is get your first S rank. You don't have to S rank every single level for the platinum, which is nice.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, the first real level should be like my best shot at getting an S rank. And I did what I thought was like just a stellar run.
Right.
And then I still only got an A rank because I was over time by like 17 seconds.
Oh yeah.
And you also have to get like a kill combo, which is basically just like you have to kill fast enough to keep the number going. It doesn't reset if you get hit, but it does reset if you are too slow.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was off by like 9 hits on the kill combo, and I was like, this game is wanting a level of perfection from me
that type of shit's for the crazy people, man. Like that's
the super, yes, absolutely. Because that is something that even 15-year-old Julian would have not been able to.
Yeah. No, there's no point in my gaming career where I'd have been like, yo, yeah, let's do this. Yeah, I'm not that guy. That's just never been me.
And well, and to be fair, so this occupies like the same space that I think like a shoot 'em up does, where. And I never understood this as a kid, where the whole point of like a Gradius or a R-Type was you're just supposed to fail and fail and fail and fail and learn the ins and outs of every single level and know exactly where you need to be at every single moment and just learn it. And that's how you proceed.
Yep.
And I never spent that time with those games. I would play them until I was like, okay, I'm kind of bored now.
Yeah.
And then
me too.
Put it down.
Yeah, me too.
And then I might pick it up again months later and do the same thing, but like never dedicate myself to be able to really finish one of those games.
I think the only one, and it's a weird one that I finished, was there was a Robotech game for the Game Boy Advance that I thought was actually pretty fucking cool. And it was like a shoot 'em up, and you had to learn everything. You had to learn the shit and know what was coming. But like for whatever reason, I think it was because it was on a portable, and I had it at a time where I was just like at other people's houses, just like, fuck it, I got nothing better to do right now. Let me just
let's just run it again.
Let's just run Robotech again. And like I got good at fucking Robotech. It was wild. That game had just that right amount of slowdown during like the crazy parts to where I knew exactly where to be at all times, and to avoid all that shit, I knew where my hitbox was and everything. Like, it was crazy. I couldn't imagine doing that today. There's no way. But
yeah, I do remember this one. I remember selling this game.
Yeah, it was actually not bad. It was surprisingly pretty good.
Yeah. Game Boy Advance had some excellent anime adapted
Yeah,
games.
you could transform and then walk on the ground in that game, if I remember right. It was actually really cool. Like,
Yeah.
it had some shit, and it was like just a really decent shoot 'em up game. Like, it really was.
Yeah, pretty early in
Yeah.
the GBA life too.
Yes, it was. Yes, it
Yeah.
was actually pretty decent.
The Astro Boy game from Treasure is incredible,
Right.
on GBA.
I believe it.
And also there's a Dragon Ball like side scrolling game that,
Right. Oh,
that goes through all of Dragon Ball.
I remember
Excellent.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gorgeous sprites, like really well
Yeah.
animated, a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's what Ninja Gaiden Ragebound really is that like it's a game that, you know, if you really want to like do everything, you're going to be like running those levels over and over and over and over and over
Yes.
until you've got them down pat. And I haven't deleted it. Like there's part of me where it's like I could kind of stand to
Sure.
go back and,
Yeah.
and you know
Yeah.
do some more stuff, but I don't know.
I know.
I'll be
that
curious to see
feeling.
if they add to it, like if they're going to update it with some other stuff, because like there's actually new outfits that you get when you beat the game on normal. You unlock. It's basically just the hood for Kenji's outfit that makes him look exactly like Ryu in Ninja Gaiden 1, 2, and 3, because he's wearing the blue outfit, but then his hair is
Right.
out and flowing.
Yeah.
It's also weird in the story that Ninja Gaiden 1 is taking place simultaneously as this is going
Why
on.
wouldn't it be?
But
Yeah.
they're using the Team Ninja design of Ryu, which I never liked. I don't like that
Yeah.
really overly designed headpiece.
Yeah.
And
I'm kind of, he's got the shin. It's the whole thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
never been a fan of that.
Yeah. I'm kind of right there with you on that.
Yeah.
I think they did it because of Dead or Alive and they wanted him to look different, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I just don't like. I wish they had gone for a more traditional looking ninja.
I mean, even I think you could have. I think it would work if you could be like, okay, this is what he looks like in Dead or Alive because this is what he looks like, you know, sometimes, and then but most of the time he looks like this. I guess I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what you do with Ryu Hayabusa.
Apparently neither does Platinum, because I don't think, well, I mean, I know he's in the new one, but like
Sure.
you're using a new character for I think most of the fourth game that's coming out
that
this
sounds
year,
right. That sounds right.
which I'm looking forward to tentatively, because I have not liked any of those 3D Ninja Gaidens, but this one looks all right.
Might be
We'll see.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll probably I might check it out. It's on Game Pass. Why not?
Yeah, we'll see if this is Platinum, the A team, or the other team that does the shitty games. You never
can
know.
tell anymore.
Yeah.
Who can say? I feel like you put your A team on that though.
It seems like you would, right?
You're right. You seems like you would. That like that. It's not.
Especially if it's a Xbox exclusive and you already had your last Xbox exclusive the plug pulled.
Yeah. 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 I feel like you do at least. I feel like you give that one a good try. You know,
Mhm.
a good try.
Yeah. But is it going to be Metal Gear Rising good? Which I still think is their best action game.
Yeah, I really should. I really should get around to playing that one. I really should.
Oh, you haven't?
I've never actually messed with it. No, I
Oh.
remember when it came out was when I was really into Magic the Gathering and broke off my ass. So yeah, I never really actually got around to playing it. I think
Sure.
hold on. Do I own it? I might have.
I'm
have
sure
bought
you
it.
do. You would have found that on a sale at some point.
I feel like I should have, but let's not say that for sure. No, I don't know if I do. No, I don't think I do yet. Oh,
Or maybe on the Xbox?
I know I have it on my wish list somewhere, but I don't know if I've ever found the right sale to where I wanted to pull the trigger on it. Ooh, Last Blade's 85% off. Oh, that's cool. Fucking love those games. You ever played The Last Blade?
It's the SNK fighter, right?
Yeah, they were fucking cool.
Little bit.
Yeah, they were neat. Only $1.50.
I was
on
definitely
Steam
much more
right
of a
now.
Capcom fighter guy. I played like, Fatal Fury when it came out, and I thought it was fine, and I
Right.
liked World Heroes.
Man, all the SNK fighters are on sale right now. SNK Heroines, Tag Team Frenzy for some reason is on my wish list. Why not? The Last Blade 2, Guro, Mark of the Wolves, Last Blade. Okay, I might have to come back here after this and pick some of those up because they're very cheap. God, I swear I have Metal Gear Rising on my list, but I guess
It's actually funny you mentioned that because so apparently Red Octane was reformed recently. I know, I can see it on your face. You're like, I know that name.
Yeah, I was gonna say, refresh my memory. Who is Red Octane?
They were the company who made the hardware for Guitar Hero. So they were the ones who made the instruments.
Yes.
And then when the split happened, when Harmonix left and made Rock Band, Red Octane stayed because it got purchased by Activision. And so they were still making the Guitar Hero peripherals when Neversoft took over development. Right. And I guess at some point they closed down, you know, as everything faded away. But a lot of the former founders have come back and they formed, it's called Red Octane Games.
Okay.
And apparently they announced that they have a rhythm game in the works.
Okay.
But no mention on if they're going to go back to hardware. Because my thing is, and I've been saying this for a while, is that, well, I wish that Microsoft would just do the deals needed to make the Guitar Hero games backwards compatible on the Xbox now. But the other thing is that I need something to be able to play those with.
Right.
That's compatible with a new system. And I'm ready to get, like, I will buy a new guitar provided it's not like $300.
At my local Target, I've seen a Guitar Hero controller, like a guitar controller. I'm pretty sure it's like some weird third party one, but like they still sell it, which I found apparently fascinating.
There's a couple like boutique people that are selling them, but my thing is that like I don't want to pay like almost the price of a console for one because, you know, it used to be that like back, I mean, again, this was 20 years ago, but like you would get like Guitar Hero and the controller for like $100.
Right. Well, this was, I next time I go to Target, I'm gonna have to look up how much it is, or look at how much it is, because I guarantee it's still there. Nobody's buying that. Right. It was just randomly there. It didn't have any association with anything. There was no like, oh yeah, and here's the game. You can play with it. It was just like, no, there's a guitar controller. And I was like, why? For what reason is this here? But okay.
Yeah. But then the other problem is that I don't have anything to play on it, unless I think Rock Band might be backwards compatible on Xbox, but I never played Rock Band.
Yeah, I liked Rock Band. I thought it was perfectly fine.
Yeah. But anyway, so when I heard that news story, I was thinking about how the time that I spend on video games has changed. And I realize that a lot of it is because of podcasting, because I do feel, you know, it's a pressure I put on myself.
Sure.
But I feel the pressure to play the latest and greatest, or at least be moving on to different things at a good enough clip that I'm not talking about the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
But but back in the day, it's like, yeah, I would be playing like Guitar Hero 2 for like 20 hours a week.
Yeah.
On top of playing Final Fantasy 11.
I used to play a lot of Guitar Hero. A lot.
And then, you know, same thing with fighting games, right? Like I used to play like a bunch of like the single player part of the fighting games, but then also like with Street Fighter 4, like once the resurgence happened, like I was spending a lot of time online playing a fuck ton of Street Fighter 4, and I just don't do shit like that anymore.
I still do every now and then because I can't help myself. Like I still will go back to old haunts. Like I'm just like, it's Skyrim time, or it's Sims time, or whatever, and like just get stuck in that loop again.
But I'm specifically talking about different types of genres.
Okay.
That were not necessarily, you know, like that aren't my typical story focused, I can finish this type thing, right? Like just ongoing games and different types of games, right?
Yeah.
Because like even going back even before Guitar Hero, like there were sports games that I would buy and play. Because
I still do that.
Yeah, like you
More
know I was a big fan of the EA Big line. So
those were great. Yeah, I really liked all those. Even the ones that weren't as good were still like interesting and fun. Like like NFL Street is not going to light anybody's shoes on fire, like, but it was still kind of neat and fun. Like I had a good time with that game.
NBA Street was definitely like
NBA Street
the hallmark.
It was great. Yeah. But it was cool that they tried other shit, you know. It was really
absolutely
neat. Yeah.
I have an article back on Pixelbit back when I was writing, but like one of my key tent poles for reversing EA's fortunes is bringing back the EA big brand.
Yeah, they don't give a shit.
No, I know.
They don't give a shit, man. It's sad. But
I
it's
have
true.
I have some stuff that I think would actually like turn things around for them in a pretty big way.
Yeah, they don't care.
They don't care.
They have John Madden's football.
Yeah,
You don't have that.
I don't have that. You do. Well,
Yeah.
sort of.
I do. Sadly.
Ooh, segue. Smooth.
Yeah, that was good. No, that was good. I liked that. I was kind of leading you there. So yeah,
Well, true. Yeah, it was a collaborative effort.
You drove it home. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after playing a good amount more of the college football of the 26 year of college football, I started like actually a new player and won 3 fucking Heisman trophies and all sorts of other shit. I broke like shit ton of records and all this other stuff with Tyron Swift because I was like, I can upload to Madden now. I'm going to give Madden a try and I'm going to upload my guy and I'm going to have a pretty good time. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how this goes. But
Did
then
Burt Laser being dirty?
Yeah. But then, well, he's still there. His save game's still there, so I can also do that. But, well, actually, might not be able to. More on that in a second. So I was like, okay, Madden comes out yesterday as of this recording. You could play it early if you bought the big fancy edition, and I wasn't about to do that. When I looked, I went, well, the college football game had a 10-day trial, and that's what I remember playing because I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this. Let me do this, and if I hate it, I won't touch the thing. But that's only if you have Game Pass, by the way, because Game Pass comes with like EA Play or whatever.
Game Pass Ultimate does.
Game Pass. Apparently, I have Game Pass Ultimate, so there you go. That makes sense now. That makes
Justin
sense.
doesn't know what the fuck he's paying for.
I don't even know anymore. I really don't. So I must have Game Pass Ultimate, and that's fine. Because they were giving that shit out for like $1 at some point. It's probably not $1 anymore, but that's fine. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll play the trial version of Madden. I was like, I remember playing. I think it was last year's game. I think it was 25, and I was like, I didn't like it. And I remember why. It had a bunch of like weird like parts where it would just like kick me out of the fucking game and like reset all my progress and like or on a game that I was playing because it doesn't save mid game. It will only save if you finish the fucking game. It was weird, and it would do that because like the online server would just randomly go out on me, and that was it. Like it was just like, yeah, go fuck yourself. So I got really frustrated with it and put it down. I didn't hate it, but I just thought that was like a weird fucking thing to do because it always had to be online or it'd kick you off. So I was like, okay, let me get the trial version of Madden before I buy it just to see, but I'm pretty sure I can do all the things that I want to do. So I got it. And I was like, okay, go to the career mode, upload my man. And it let me do that. That was no problem. But then I noticed, like, I was like, oh, he's just kind of like all his stats, all the stuff that I earned in college didn't really matter. Like it gave me like, yeah, yeah, it was very depressing. Like I was like, oh, so he's like just like a generic dude. But like I got +5 or something points, which in the grand scheme of everything didn't really fucking matter because I did the NCAA thing. And I was like, okay, that's fine. The good things that did come from it is they would mention what college he was from, which I think they'll do that no matter what. But they were mentioning like, oh, they won the Heisman Trophy, they won this, and I was like, okay, that's cool. That's fucking awesome. And like you go to the NFL Combine, the mini games seemed easier this time. They seemed like ridiculous the first time I played that game, so I think they refined that shit a little bit. Maybe I can't fully recall. When I got in an actual game, I was immediately like, this feels off compared to what I was just playing, which was the college one. Like I was like,
Really?
There's something about it that feels off, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Maybe it's because my guy isn't very good. and that's the point of it. Maybe I should try like an actual game, and maybe then I could get the feel. But like, it felt off. Like everything felt weird. So I kind of turned the difficulty down to just like see if it was that. And then once I turned it down, I was like, it still feels weird a little bit. Like every night, like stuff that I was like easily dodging before, like I'm like running right into. I'm getting, yeah, it's weird. That's not like my biggest complaint. My biggest complaint is just like, I don't know, man. It's just like it felt like me doing the whole and college to pros thing didn't really make that big of a difference. And as I'm going, I'm just like, yeah, it's also yeah.
Like I can understand squishing your stats a bit because they don't want you to just like completely dominate the game
I think you
as a rookie.
I shouldn't be like a 99 coming in there, right? Because I now I'm in the pros, so I should be like, you know, maybe an 80 something. I'd be like, oh yeah,
you want the work to be acknowledged.
Yeah, right. Like I earned all that shit. I spent a lot of time getting those stats up. Like I would be like, oh yeah, that makes sense because I'm in the pros now. Now everybody's equal to me or better. I'm against the best of the best, right? So that would even me out, and then I earn my way back up because I can prove that I'm the best of the best. But like, no, I was like a 70 something, and I was like, that's fucking weird, man. I don't know if I like that. It has a bunch of that game is really all over the place. Like it's kind of neat, but it's kind of like okay, so they give you this like sphere of influence. That's what they call it. And they have like your coach in there, a bunch of players on your team, a yoga instructor, a fucking a random hacker from the internet, a dance instructor, all these people, like a tattoo artist, all this shit. It was like, this is really fucking weird. And it just kept adding people to it. And I was like, I don't know why. And then like there's a weekly event where it's just like a little bit of dialogue is like, hey, this weird thing happened. How do you want to handle it? And like you can choose which guys you want to get influence up with. That's about it. They make you do the training in this one. Like NCAA at certain points is just like, hey, you can do the practices, but like we know they're kind of annoying, so you just want to simulate it. And I was like, yeah, I do actually, because they are kind of annoying and it's pointless to do them now. Madden's is like, no, you have to do them. Just shut up, do them. I'm like, fuck. I really hate.
Is that
these.
because they've got some mechanics that you really need to know?
No, they're the same as NCAA's mini games. They're like it shoots a little cannon out at you. You have to avoid the ball and hit targets. But it feels
these aren't like tutorial type.
No, these
things.
are not tutorials. These are yeah, that would be fine. Like if they were teaching you plays and shit like that, that would be interesting. This is like, no, it's just like, it's the same mini games you've been playing in the college one where it's like, oh yeah, it's you know, you have some receivers and you got to hit them at a certain spot on the map or whatever. It's a lot of dumb stuff like that. Most of them are more frustrating than they're actually worth.
Okay, but what if your quarterback was trapped over a pit of lava and there were these keys that you had to pull out in order to get him free from the lava? But if you go the wrong way, he falls in the lava.
No, that would be fun. Actually, that might be interesting, but no, they don't do any of that.
What if your quarterback was shivering in this dilapidated shack and was like freezing cold?
Yeah,
and you would do match 3. Match 3 is so like last decade. You merge things, right? You merge different things into other things, and then you start to repair the shack.
Is there a lot of blocks involved?
Yeah, there's blocks, and there's other things like you know you drag this onto that thing and it makes one thing, and then
you're right.
And then you make more of that, and then you merge those two together to make a bigger thing, and then eventually you board up the shack,
right?
And then you get the fire going, and the quarterback starts to feel a little bit better, but he got sick, and so now you got to deal with that.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Actually, that'd be a better game than Madden.
What if
No.
your quarterback was shooting
Mhm.
at like some zombies?
Okay.
But then there was like this over here to the right was little icons that would make more of your quarterback, so that
Sure.
then you would get more firepower.
Oh, okay, yeah,
And
yeah.
but then there's also these other tiles that would subtract quarterbacks.
Right.
You don't want to
you don't want to hit those. No.
Right. But then if you shoot enough of these over here, you get like a
Right.
Gatling gun.
Right.
And then okay, I'm done.
Can they eventually shoot lasers?
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah, and then you want to upgrade that to like like a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that's good. No, that's a better game than Madden. Yeah. I think so. The mini games are really boring. They're the same as college. If you played them before, you played them then, you played them this time. It's the same thing, which is kind of just like, all right, yeah, I wish I could skip this, but I can't. They have these little like weird, like almost visual novel like cutscenes where it's just like you and the coach, and you're talking, and you're like, okay, I'm a good teammate. I'm gonna do my best, sort of shit. It's real dumb. Or you can be an asshole, which is also fun.
We're a far cry from Spike Lee directing the
Yeah,
NBA Live story.
It ain't that. Like every now and then a man shows up and says some words about like, and like I wasn't a starter, and it was like, this guy is gonna learn that he's not a starter, and I was like, oh fuck. I was like, that's fine, because I got drafted by the Falcons. Yeah. So I started off really low. That was really disappointing. I was like, okay, it kind of feels like none of that stuff mattered. Then I started to look at the game a little bit more closely too, and I was like, oh right, they're here to make fucking more money than they need. Everything is like a microtransaction shit fest. Like, it's like, hey, do you want like 3 times the experience for like half an hour?
Ooh.
That sounds great, doesn't it?
Yeah. Tell me more.
It's only this one currency, okay, can pay for this, and that's the one that you need real money for.
Okay, is there a best value choice for the currency?
Listen. Possibly. Oh yeah, that's absolutely. But now listen, if you're one of those cheap players, you can earn that currency. It's just going to take you. You're just going to need about 45,000 of them, and that's just going to be for double experience for like half an hour, maybe just a half an hour. You'll get double experience, and that's pretty good, right? But it's 45,000 of this other money that you've been playing for about 4 hours now, and you've only earned 2,000 of it.
I don't like playing my video games, so what's the option for me to skip everything? Like, how much is that going to cost?
That will if you listen, you can probably get a lot of like at least 3% of what we have on offer if you pay us like $100. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah, but I just want to like skip like the whole experience.
Oh, you just don't buy the game then. That's basically it.
No, but you know how like a lot of that shit is like we're gonna charge you like you can spend like $300 to basically not play the game but be max
God
level.
tier. Yeah, you can definitely do that in here. I'm pretty sure you can do that. There's plenty of ways for you to just fucking pump money into it and make your guy good.
Yeah, we call that pulling an Elon.
Because sadly, the fucking online shit is tied to it. It's the same as last year's. It really is. Like, they tied all the online head-to-head shit on into all this stuff. And it's just like, man, I'm not interested in that. I just want to have a fucking career mode. So I'm glad I got the trial version of Madden, long story short, because I don't think I'm going to buy it.
Yeah.
I was pretty bummed out about that. Like, yeah, just... nothing was really turning me around on it. I was just like, yeah, this is like last year, but it's the whimsy is gone, and I guarantee this, if this fucking Xbox randomly goes offline or something for no reason, if there's a blip in the system, it's gonna kick me out of a game, and I'm just gonna be pissed off that I paid $70 for this piece of shit. So
I'm just curious. I want to see. Okay.
I will say this, the I give them credit here. The presentation between the two games is very different. Like, just like, you know, camera angle wise, even in the game, is kind of like just different enough to where it's like, oh, that it feels like I'm in a pro level thing. So that's kind of neat. But honestly, I like the college one a lot better. I had a lot of fun with the college game. Also,
So
go ahead.
I was curious about this. It looks like EA's deal with the NFL actually is up for renewal next year.
Oh,
So
boy.
there's always the possibility that it opens up to other bidders.
I hope so.
Or like EA gets to keep doing NFL, but then other people get
But
to do
other
NFL
people
also.
can also make NFL games. That'd be swell.
Because not
I'd be
having
into
any
that.
competition has
Oh,
really.
You can tell.
Yeah.
It's like seriously, it's pretty much like the same game as last year. Like, and I mean, every review I seen of the college game was the same thing too, where it was just like, yeah, this is just last year's game. Like, and I was like, well, I didn't play last year's game, so it's fine.
And there's potential to make a lot of money on a football game if your pitch is like, yo, it's just the pure game.
Right.
Yo, remember just playing football with your friends? It's that.
Yeah, it's that. Yeah, instead of all the microtransaction stuff and all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
we put a lot of heart and soul into how the players look and all this stuff. The things that, you know, people that play those games really like. And here it is. It's fun. Play it, you know. That'll be fun. I don't know. Or I just take like a new fucking Tecmo Bowl.
Sure.
Really, God, I'd love a Tecmo Bowl, Julian. I would love one. It'd be so much fun.
I am surprised that no one tried to like attempt a non-NFL football game.
Yeah.
To see, you know, just to attempt to put a different football game into the mix.
There's a few out there, if I remember right. There's like a couple indie ones.
Well, I mean, something like a little bit higher profile than
right.
that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, nobody really did. There's never been another The League or whatever that one was.
That's the last thing that I can think of.
Yeah, right.
Blitz the League.
Yeah, Blitz the League. That's the one I'm trying to think of.
Yeah, which had that one had some cool fucked up stuff in it. Like, that's the one where you can
had some ideas, man. It
you
had
can
some
pump
ideas.
your guys up with performance enhancing drugs
Fucking
and shit.
why not? Yeah, it had some fucking ideas. Yeah, Madden needs something. I don't know what it needs, but it I didn't like it. I was not a big fan. I didn't want to continue with it. Trying to
It's
think.
honestly the reason that I'm hoping that they take another stab at the AEW game also, because that's another situation where not having a competitor.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also
all
WWE
of the-
in general, just as a company, also
all of these
needs a
sports
competition.
games are like that. They all, almost none of them have a competition. I would say the only one that actually like randomly does was EA made a golf game, and so did 2K.
Mhm.
Of all the fucking sports that need like who the fuck cares? But yeah, they both had one. It was really weird. The one bit that really cracks me up about Madden though, whoever made the soundtrack to it needs to fucking stop. They just need to stop. That shit was cracking me up. Like,
were you getting the music that you liked the marching band version in the college one, but now it's the real shit?
No, I don't. It's wild. I feel like they were just like, you know, we don't really need to make a new game and pump a bunch of money into it. Let's just put all the money into like the random shit we'll put on the soundtrack, like Limp Bizkit's "Rollin'." Why not? That was a popular song about 20 years ago. People will love it.
Mhm.
And also,
it's an oldie now.
And also, Down by 311, which came on and I laughed my fucking ass off. God, I wish I had that sound bit now because I'd super play it. I was like, I can't believe this is here.
If Bill Tucker is listening, he's very sad right now.
Yeah, well, it's in Madden. You can go relive those days. It'll be okay. Man, I was cracking up. Just everything in it. It was like here's Weezer and then here's like some old fucking old rap songs I haven't heard in like years. I'm like, what is this? Is so weird. Oh man, it was so all over the place, but like fascinating at the same time.
Is it weird that me listening to Calliope Mori from Hololive doing J-Rap has made me a lot more open to the concept of rap in general? Because I never liked rap, like
No,
except for like a few rare instances growing up.
That's not super weird. No, I could get that. You just needed you needed an entry point. That's what happens a lot of the time. That's what happens with a lot of genres of music. Like it's you need an entry point. Like
I mean, I there was some stuff that I liked, right? Like I remembered liking I think it was Cool Mo D.
Yeah.
There was a song by him. Was it the Wild Wild West?
Yeah. He had that. He had Funky Cool Medina. Was that him? No, that's not him.
That wasn't him.
That was Tone Loc. Was it?
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't remember. I get a lot of these.
There's a couple LL Cool J songs that I liked.
Yeah.
There was some Fresh Prince stuff that I liked. MC Hammer stuff. Like
yeah. That era.
My big thing was that once it got into like the gangster stuff, that was when I was like, oh
yeah, and that's where the genre sort of went. Yeah.
Yeah. For like a really, really, really long time.
Oh yeah, absolutely it did. It became different at some point, but like like it's a genre, so it's a little all over the place. You just needed an entry point. And you're not gonna go, like, if you don't like what you're hearing on the mainstream, you're not gonna go look up, let me try to find this exact thing that I would like that's out there. Maybe, like you're not gonna look into that. Why would you?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
There was a I don't know if he's still active anymore, but there was this Austin rapper named Zeely Raps that I actually saw him live. He was like an opener for like another show that I was at, and I've got his mixtape that he came out with that summer.
Sure.
And it's great. Love it.
And hip hop's a weird genre because like there's a lot of it out there. Like it's not a hard genre of music to make. So yeah, it's easy to learn, tough to master, I guess is what I'd say. But that's not weird at all. You just needed an entry point. That could be the same for any genre, really. But yeah, fucking Madden soundtrack's weird. Madden, weird game. I kind of gave up on it today. It's just like I was playing it. I wasn't even doing bad, and I was just like, I just don't want to play this. There's something about it. I just don't even want to be a part of it. I'm glad I got the trial version. I'm gonna go ahead and probably uninstall it from both the Xboxes that I play on now. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank you for your time.
Yes.
All that jazz.
Justin, would you mind if we took a quick break?
That sounds excellent.
I actually wanted to check in on Bing Bing. I haven't talked to him in a while, and it's been
send him my regards.
a lot of activity lately.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. Yeah, you might want to do that. That sounds good.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll see you then.
All right. I'll see you.
I'm back.
Okay.
Well, yeah. There's the Miss Store. Hope Bing Bing's doing okay. It's just this is there we go.
When the mortals look back upon their creation, do they see the fabric as that which has always been? Do they not see the hand that weaves, the needle that threads? Do they acknowledge the tailor of their being? Tell me, mortal, do they still ponder the loom and all of which it has made? Have all my efforts been for nothing? You stand at the edge of creation, weapon in hand, ready to bleed for your cause. You are nothing but a tear in the seam. You are but a stain on the cloak of the sky you are under. A blemish in the air you breathe. You stand before Bing Bing, god of the loom. weaver of your destiny, and your existence will mean nothing against the ever-spinning wheel. Oh, hey, Julian. I'm sorry, I didn't really notice that was you. My bad. Yeah, it's a little speech I wrote here to, read to guys before I fuck them up.
Yeah, you okay? You seem a little down.
Man, there's a lot of dudes coming through here.
There has been a lot of dudes coming through. That's why I came to check on you.
More than usual. It's just really annoying, I mean, I just, I bought this panini press, and that's all I want to do, man. I'm just looking up panini recipes, trying to put them together, and then all of a sudden some guy comes through with an axe, and it's just like, oh, and I'm like, God damn it. I mean, I'm God, but still, what the fuck?
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if this is an idea for you.
Okay.
Maybe dispense with the preamble and just go ham as soon as they come through the door.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. You'd be surprised sometimes how many guys are just like, oh shit, I didn't really want to be here, and they just leave. But what if I just, took an axe and just stood over by the door and just chopped anybody that came through in half, that might work out okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just try to announce myself through the mist door before I come in.
Yeah, that might be a problem, because I don't think sound comes through here. So yeah. Okay, well that idea's out. I can't do that. So, man, I'll think of something. Maybe like an auto crossbow or something. I'll put like an ID system. I'm God. It's fine. I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot more high-tech solutions than I would think you'd be coming up with.
Magic. It'll work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can think of something. Don't worry about it. I'm fine. I'm not depressed or anything. It's okay.
Okay. You don't need. I mean, we can stop them at the door. You sure? It's.
Yeah, I mean, then they're just gonna go bother somebody else. Just let it end here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, if worst comes to worst, the season will end and we close down the auditorium for a while, so you'll at least get a break.
Like, you mean fall? Like autumn will end?
Well, no, like our show, the show that we do.
Oh, this is a show?
Yeah, I guess you don't really know what we do. Yeah, so we entertain people in the Earth realm.
You guys are like jugglers?
Fancier than that, but
okay.
you get the gist of it. Yeah.
Oh, fancier than a juggler? That's fancy.
Yeah. So, but eventually for the year we close things down.
Okay.
So when that happens, you'll at least get a couple months off.
Okay.
So.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing but time, so it's kind of nice to have the people come visit every now and then. I gotta chop them in half and stuff. But you could do worse.
Sure. Okay.
There'll be time for paninis. I have all of eternity. What am I doing? What am I doing? Really?
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, okay, Bing Bing. I just wanted to check in on you. It had been a bit, and I know a lot of adventurers have.
I really do. Oh man, yeah. I'm probably gonna have to sell this panini press. It's got a lot of spray blood spray on it. It's not looking great,
I know a guy who would probably buy that off of you.
Okay.
So I might put you in touch. His name's Jacob.
All right. Okay, sounds good. Yeah.
Cool. All right, Bing Bing. Well, good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too, man.
Yeah, you hang in there, and I'll talk to you later.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. All right.
Bye.
The Stage Select is made possible through the support and funding of viewers like you. Here are our wonderful patrons.
Well, Justin, I checked it on Bing Bing. He's fine. So
Okay, that's good.
no issues there. But before we continue, I think it's a good time to thank our lovely patrons.
Okay, that we can do that. That sounds like a thing we can do. We have the means.
We have we have the power.
We have the touch as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
We appreciate all of our lovely patrons, but every week we like to thank the executive producer tier, currently 75% off if you want to join this list.
You can get your name read here.
Exactly.
In such fashions.
And this week we have Xavier Krager.
We have Stephen Lobo.
We have 60, who wonders how best to remove a human skeleton.
The way they do it in Mortal Kombat, probably.
I was going to say, you reach into the mouth.
Right.
And then just yank it out in one go.
60 should watch more episodes of Bones. I bet the answer is in that.
You're probably right.
Yeah, I'm probably right. Raymond Crumb is also on this list. He's there. There he is.
We have Philip PK Becker.
We have Matt Jorgensen.
We have Game Johnson of Retrofits.
We have an Xrian. Just Xrian. It's not an Xrian. It's the Xrian.
No, it's just Xrian.
Yeah, okay.
He's not the.
What if it was the? Well, he's one of a kind.
Yeah.
So the.
Okay. We have Eric Peacock of the Soundtracker podcast.
We have Dr. Delicious.
We have Dennis Robertson.
We have David Portnov.
We have Casey Curran.
We have Bookie.
We have Bill Tucker of A Gamer Looks at 40.
We have Big Baker.
And last but certainly not least this week, we have Addy XD.
Absolutely.
We need more executive producer patrons so that it throws off the list, and then Justin has to do all of the long names once in a while.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with it.
Yeah. I know I ended up doing it to myself, but I was running out of time, and so I was just like, reverse order.
Yeah, why not? These things happen.
Yes, these things do happen.
Yeah.
Did you get up to anything else this week, Justin?
No, not really.
Okay. I played a couple demos this week.
Okay, cool.
First one was Super Robot Wars Y.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the first Super Robot Wars to come to a console in a very long time.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny because I had actually just recently bought the 30th anniversary Super Robot Wars on Steam because it was on sale. I'd had it on my wish list for a while.
I think I do too, and I didn't see the sale, but yeah.
Yeah. And I didn't play it that much, and I think it's because, and it's the same reason why I came away from this demo pretty cold.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been jealous of the Super Robot Wars series. It's for people who don't know, it's a strategy RPG with a bunch of licensed mecha from Japanese anime.
Right.
A lot of Gundam, but some of the entries have also had like Evangelion, Manzinger Z, the Big O, like all sorts of different stuff. And the classic ones, because I think this thing goes back to like the Super Famicom.
It's a long running franchise for sure.
Yeah. And the very classic ones were like extremely super deformed style. Like all the Gundams were like really squat and cute looking. And they were all like 2D sprite art and stuff like that. I did play the one that came out on the Game Boy Advance here. And the reason that one came out is because it was almost all original mechs. They I think they only had like one or two licensed mechs in there, and because that's always been the problem with Super Robot Wars is there's so many licenses at play,
right?
That getting the rights to release one of these games over here is kind of a nightmare,
right?
So it almost never happens. Pretty much. Super Robot Wars Y does have a shit ton of different series going on.
Okay.
And the funny thing is that like it's very much a sequel to this franchise. And they do not give a shit about bringing you up to speed. It's just like all of this stuff has happened and they do kind of like talk about it, but it's like the thing starts with like, oh, this battle happened and this war was ended this way. And now the emperor was like about to be like crowned, blah, blah, blah. And then he gets assassinated like in the first like cutscene. And then it like flashes forward a few years or whatever. And it's a lot.
Right.
There's some issues that I have right away with the game. I think writing wise, it is overwrought.
Mm.
It's just really unwieldy and just throwing a bunch of terminology and
course,
things at you in like the way that people who don't like anime would make fun of anime.
Right.
For.
Yeah.
It's that type of stuff.
Oh, good.
Another issue is that because you have all of these disparate franchises that you're pulling from, and you have characters from the franchises, not just the mechs, right?
Right.
It's the actual pilots too. They're actually emulating the styles of each of those anime, and it makes the game look completely unhinged.
I always thought that was kind of a weird look a lot of the time. So
So you have like, okay, this is Go Nagai's style of character.
Right.
Here's Amuro from the original Gundam, who looks
Right.
like a fucking 1979 ass anime character. And then you have like an original character, and it's like, that character doesn't even have a nose because that's what we do these days.
Yeah.
And I wish that they had gotten an artist to just be like, this is my interpretation of all of these classic characters.
That'd probably be tough to pull off somehow, though. I bet that's even tougher to get because they want, I'm going to guess license holders are like, no, it has to be exactly, this style and shit.
There's probably some of those shenanigans going on.
Probably is.
But I think it hurts the product.
I agree. No, I think it makes it look off and weird in a way. So yeah.
I love it when I see like every once in a while you'll see on like Twitter or Blue Sky like famous manga creators do like fan art of stuff.
Right. Yeah.
If you've ever seen the artist who created My Hero Academia draw his Final Fantasy IX fan art, it's like,
that's cool.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It looks so cool because it's like that guy's art style, but it's these characters that you know. And like that's kind of what I want. Or, when you see like American comic book artists who like they get the chance to do or like if you have like a well-known Marvel artist who then switches over to DC and it's like, holy shit, they're drawing like Superman now.
Right.
And we never got to see that before. And this is their interpretation of Superman. And,
right.
It's so cool. And I wish it was that. The real nail in the coffin for me is that they really have strayed away from the super deformed design of the mechs. Like they're almost their normal proportions now.
Okay.
They're slightly chibi-fied.
Right.
But it's like just barely.
Yeah.
And I think it takes all the charm away from those games that I used to pine for in like, the Japanese section of EGM where I was like, that looks so cool. Like, look at that little bitty Gundam. Like, and I didn't even really know what Gundam was at the time.
Right. Yeah.
Especially now that I know. And I think the other thing for me, like, I think I could probably deal with all of that if they could throw in some more recognizable mechs to Americans. Because, I mean, it's very Gundam loaded. But I don't watch Gundam. I've only watched Gundam Wing, and to be fair, they do actually have like some Gundam Wing characters like right out of the gate. But I was thinking like, what if they had like Voltron in there, or like the Megazord from Power Rangers?
I think they've had some of that stuff at some point.
They probably have.
Yeah, they've had a lot of different franchises roll through there. I think some of them had like Robotech or some shit like that and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I remember like Ava was in there for a few entries, but we didn't get those over here.
Yeah.
And I it doesn't have to be like capital V Voltron. It can be Go Lion. Like I don't mind if they want to do the Japanese versions of them. I just want to see like that mech in a game like this. I would get a lot more excited for that. Or if you even had like some Transformers in there, it's just
That'd
like
be
we're
cool.
not mechs, we're not being piloted, we're just helping out. The combat's fine. It's your bog standard strategy RPG. Looks like there's a lot of upgrades that you can do both to your pilots and your mechs, which is nice. But it's just like writing was leaving me cold, art style was leaving me cold, and like I was already starting to fast forward through the animations.
Oh man.
In the short time that I played it. And you know me, I like to let those animations
that's a death nail for you. Yeah. You're a crazy person that will let all that stuff play out. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
So yeah, it's a no for me, but it's worth checking out. Like I think,
Yeah, as a demo, why not?
yeah, and if you've never played any of them, like
Yeah.
definitely check it out and see what you think. That it might just be a very like personal taste type thing
Right.
where you might be totally fine, or you even might get jazzed by the fact that of these characters looking like completely different from each other.
There is an aspect of that could be appealing to some people for sure.
Yeah. So that left me cold.
Mm.
But what left me white hot
Okay.
is Hell Is Us.
Hell Is Us. I know that name.
Yes.
I remember it. I cannot remember what the game looks like, but yeah.
I'll let you look it up real quick.
Oh,
You'll
yeah.
recognize it instantly.
I'm sure I will.
Because it's definitely one that like showed very strongly when it was announced.
I will view this page. Do it. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so this is one where I almost didn't want to play the demo because I wanted to go in kind of cold, but at the same time I was like, but I don't know with what the way they're pitching it if it's going to be up my alley or not.
Mhm.
Because and when I describe this to you, Justin, you're going to be like, I'm out. But I think you should at least try the demo.
Okay.
So the big pitch on Hell Is Us is like zero guidance.
Sure.
So there's no map, there's no quest marker as far as like on this on-screen thing leading you where you need to go. You do have like a quest tracking thing. You have like this little like PDA that keeps track of like the information that you've gleaned. But it's a game that is, hey, pay attention to the video game that you are playing, please.
Right.
Pay attention to what people are telling you in conversations. Pay attention to the items that you're picking up. Pay attention to your environment because there's clues in the environment, not only for like puzzles that you're solving, but also just areas that you're exploring and stuff like that.
Mm.
And it works really well. So
cool.
Right off the bat, the first time that I played it was on my lunch break, and I only played it for about 20 minutes because I had to eat.
What did you play the demo on, if you don't mind my asking?
I played it on PlayStation 5. So there was a PC demo recently, like around Next Fest.
Yeah, it's still on here.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just curious what. Yeah, because
because the console demo just came out this week.
Okay, gotcha.
For Xbox and PlayStation.
I might give that a try.
In that first 20 minutes, and this is before I had even like gotten into any combat or anything like that, I was literally just walking around. It gave me Resident Evil 4 vibes.
Okay.
Death Stranding vibes.
That's the vibe I keep getting from looking at it, yeah.
And Fallout vibes.
Interesting. Okay.
The overall like aesthetic is very Resident Evil 4. It's got a very foreboding atmosphere. It's set in like this fictional Eastern European setting. The main setup is that your main character was born in this weird village that he was smuggled out of at 5 years old by his mother.
Okay.
And then he grew up in the foster system. He went into the military, but he wanted to go back and learn about his family.
Okay.
So he snuck his way back in because apparently this whole area has almost been turned into Arkham City, where it's basically a prison,
right?
That was like set up by the government, where like no one can get in, no one can get out, and also within this like area, it's civil war between like these two different races, these two different people.
Sure.
And so that's how. But he sneaks in and he's trying to find his way to the village where he thinks his father or his parents lived. Just the look of it is very like Resident Evil 4. But then it's weird like Death Stranding, where it's like, I don't know what this world is. There's like weird creatures, and like the game opens up with him being interrogated by this really funky looking dude that's talking to him like a regular person, but does not look like a human being whatsoever.
Right.
And again, like the first thing that I encountered was this bizarre language that I couldn't read on like a statue or whatever.
Okay.
And then I found my first NPC, and then the conversations are very much Fallout or like a Bethesda RPG.
Right. Yeah. I kind of seen that that seems cool.
Yeah. And then, like I said, you really got to pay attention to what they're telling you. He does keep track of stuff. So it's not like, it's forcing you to like bust out like a notebook and like jot stuff down.
Sure.
He jots down like the pertinent stuff, but there's parts where you may actually need to go ahead and like look at what you've accumulated, almost like LA Noire. Like look at what you've got and then see where the pieces take you and see what clues you've actually discovered and stuff like that. And, so like a perfect example, that NPC, he tells you, oh, there was like some military guys that have an APC and you're going to need that if you want to get to where you're going. So you should go ask them. But to get through the woods, you should follow the wind chimes that I put up for my kids. And so that's kind of way that it guides you through the woods.
Right.
But it's very organic. And then you find like the APC, but there's like one wounded soldier, and he's like, my guys are stuck in this weird dungeon or whatever. Like the door closed behind me, but if you get me a med pack, I'll tell you how to get in and blah, blah, blah. And so then you go in and it's kind of your introduction to like the combat and everything. And so the other thing is that I had heard it was kind of going for like a Souls style combat. And it is, but it isn't.
Okay.
I think it's closer to Bloodborne than it is any of the other From stuff.
Sure.
I think the big crucial thing, and I think it'll be because, a lot of this is like anti-Justin Ham stuff that I'm saying.
Yeah.
But one of the crucial things that this does that From games don't is enemies stay dead.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Yeah.
So even when you go back to like a save point or whatever, those enemies are down.
They're
now,
down.
I don't know if like areas slowly repopulate over time, but I can say that like I cleared out what was for all intents and purposes a dungeon and then went back out, I went back to that NPC because I found something that was like a side questy type thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me go give this to him first. And then but there was something that I'd also gotten to go back into that dungeon for. So then I went all the way back, went back into the dungeon, and all the enemies were still dead. So that was nice.
Yeah.
At first I was a little turned off by the combat because it felt like I was constantly trading hits with the enemies.
Oh yeah.
And I started to get a better sense for their animation and stuff like that, because it is action, but like attack button, dodge button, parry, block, that type of thing. And enemies have like a stagger type thing. Okay. That you can exploit depending on how well you're playing it.
Right.
But it's got this really interesting mechanic, and it's a little bit like Bloodborne, where when you get hit, it's a little different than Bloodborne. When you take damage, your max health decreases.
Okay.
And also your stamina your max stamina decreases because stamina is equal to your health.
Sure.
But as you're attacking enemies, this heal pulse can occur. It's like this like white circle that kind of radiates out of your character.
Okay.
And if you hit the R1 button at the exact right time, you will actually get back health and stamina based on the damage that you did. If you remember like Bloodborne, where when you would take damage, if you would then attack really aggressively afterwards, you would get a portion of that back.
Right, yeah.
It's sort of like that, except here I think the penalty is a little bit stricter because you're losing max health instead of just health.
Interesting.
And at first I was like, I wasn't getting the timing of it at all. And I was like, oh no, this might be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
But no, once I got the timing down, I've been in a situation where I was like down to like half of my overall health and then got it back up to normal. Cool. Without using healing items.
Yeah.
Because healing items will also
do that stuff. Yeah.
But so what ends up happening is that you're getting a decent amount of healing items, so you can use those in a pinch. But with this like health pulse mechanic, you kind of don't need them as much as you would in like your traditional Soulsy game.
Yeah.
And I find that it makes for a really good balance. And there's like different weapons that you get. The weapons level up as you use them. There's different pieces of gear that give you like active and passive effects.
Okay.
You get abilities also, but I didn't get far enough to have those abilities.
Right.
You also have a drone that can do different things. The only thing that I had so far was a distract feature. So, because it's not the type of game where you want to take on multiple enemies at the same time. So you can have the drone like distract one enemy while you focus down the other one.
Okay.
And then hopefully take him down before the drone finishes its distract routine. Yeah. But man, I'm so fascinated by what the fuck is going on in this game.
Sure, yeah.
And like it's a deeply interesting world, and it feels like the type of game that's going to reward you for how much you put into it, like how much you really immerse yourself in what's happening and looking around and stuff like that. And it was a thing where because normally I try to take a nap when I get off work on Friday.
Yeah.
Before the show. And I was like, let me play more of Hell Is Us because I want to talk about it. And then I couldn't stop. And I just did that.
There you go. That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. I am extremely excited for this game now.
Yeah. It comes out pretty soon too. September 4th, I think.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the progress is going to carry over from the demo to the main game. I'm actually fine either way.
Yeah.
But I've really enjoyed what I've played of it, and
I'll give it a shot.
It's absolutely worth checking out, everybody.
Yeah.
It's garnered a pretty good amount of buzz because it does look so different.
Yeah.
But I think it's also like it's not what I was expecting, and I don't think it's what most people were expecting based on the trailers and early preview coverage. There's a lot going on here, and I think it could be one of those rare situations where it's obviously pulling from a lot of different inspiration sources.
Yeah, it seems that way.
But making something wholly unique as a result.
Cool. Yeah.
So
sometimes that works out.
Yeah.
Neat. Okay.
So
yeah,
check that out, everybody. I guess real quick, the last thing, and then we'll move on to some comments and shit.
Sure, why not?
I saw Weapons last night.
Oh, okay, cool. I this isn't really up my alley, but I know somebody whose it is, and they actively want to see it, so I'm very curious.
Yeah. Last year I talked about, because last year was like the first year, like since the pandemic started, that I had actually watched a bunch of scary movies during like October.
Right.
So much shit was happening in the world that I was just like, I'm already scared just in my day to day. I don't want to actively get scared in my leisure time.
Right.
But for whatever reason, last year I felt like I had missed scary movies, and so I watched a bunch of scary movies that month.
Yeah.
And one of the ones that I watched was a movie called Barbarian, which I think is a Hulu exclusive.
Yeah.
And that was one of those rare horror movie experiences where I was like, I've never seen anything like this before.
Right.
Kudos to you.
Yeah.
For making something that I've never seen before and really taking me places that I wasn't expecting. And it was funny because I remembered like the first time, like when the teaser for Weapons came out, there was a couple people on like Twitter that I follow who were like, oh, it's apparent. This is just like the most like terrifying thing. And I was like,
right.
So I rolled my eyes instantly. And then when I looked at the teaser, I rolled my eyes even harder.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, some kids go missing. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Yeah.
Good riddance.
Right.
But then I found out that it was the person who did Barbarian.
Right.
And so then I was like, okay, well, now you've got my attention.
Yeah.
And I was going to check it out anyway, but then a friend of the show, John Gholson, saw it earlier in the week, and he was like, I loved it.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm actually, just like with Barbarian last year, I'm not going to go into the movie.
Cool.
Go into this movie as blind as possible.
Yeah.
If you're interested in seeing it. The main pitch is that all the kids from this one class, except for one, just vanished one night. Like and it's not that they disappeared. They actively got up out of bed and just ran out of their homes. Because they were caught on like Ring cameras and stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Cool. Yeah.
Man, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. The structure of the movie is not what I was expecting, just as far as like just the A to B to C plot points.
Right.
The characters are not what I was expecting them to be. And then the flavor of horror, it's like one of those movies where it's like, and that's kind of one of the things that I like about horror movies is like trying to figure out okay, what are the rules of this horror movie?
Right.
Are we dealing with supernatural? Are we dealing with demons? Are we dealing with aliens? Are we dealing with real world stuff that just happens to look like it's supernatural?
Yeah.
Right. I think the ones that have been the most effective for me in the last, couple years are the ones where you keep guessing.
Right.
Like throughout the movie, it's like, what is this?
Yeah.
What flavor is this? God damn it.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty all right then. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think you would be okay if you watched it. It's not, there's like, I think maybe a couple, they're not jump scares in the sense of like, but just in the sense of like, all of a sudden you see something that's just fucked up and you weren't expecting to see something fucked up in that moment.
Sure.
But overall, it's more of just wanting to unravel what's happening and figure stuff out.
Okay.
Type of thing. So I think you'd be okay if you end up being dragged to it. I don't think it'll be a problem
in case,
for you.
Yeah. If I have to, I think they're waiting for it to like actually like come out on a streaming type thing or something like that. But I'm not 100% sure. So
yeah,
we'll see.
It's a little funnier than I expected it to be too.
Okay, yeah, because I've seen the like the movie theater preview of it. I remember it was in like they had the the trailer or whatever.
Yeah,
and I remember it definitely seems very dead serious in that one in the trailer. So yeah, that's interesting.
To that end, I would also say it's probably better to watch it at home because I definitely had this situation last night. And I mean, there was like a couple people that were just like acting like they were just watching in their living room. And I was getting really annoyed.
Oh yeah. That's always bad.
Yeah. But it's worse with horror movies. And I'd forgotten this because I haven't watched because it was like surprisingly full for a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Like the theater was like over half full. And I was like, oh, okay. Like it was a pretty good sized audience. And it had been a while since I had seen a horror movie in the theater with a big audience.
Yeah.
Because I remember going to see like the Paranormal Activity movies when they were like at their height. Oh
man, I actually did that same thing. I got dragged to one of those. I think it was like Paranormal Activity 2.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah. And I got dragged to one and it was like, theater full of people freaking out about shit. It was kind of interesting, but
because there's that defense mechanism that some people have where they will start laughing at things in order to calm themselves down,
right?
That aren't funny.
Yeah,
I don't know about you or people listening, but it actively pulls me out of the movie when people do that. And there's quite a bit of that last night. And again, there are some parts that are supposed to be funny.
Sure,
there's some parts that are like that was a good blow off to that very intense sequence just now,
right?
But at the same time, there was also some parts where I was like, that wasn't funny, guys. Like, calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
And so I think I probably, would have preferred to watch it in, like, alone in the dark on my TV, like I did with Barbarian.
There was a lot of people, the recent horror movie, not 28 years later, but the stupid Final Destination movie where there was a lot of people laughing. But I was among them because I just thought it was funny.
I think those movies are supposed to be funny.
I think so too, but there's also the contingent of people who are like, "Oh my god," and I'm like, "This is a real mixed crowd here."
Yeah,
it's real weird. But yeah, that sounds cool, man. That sounds real cool.
Highly recommend.
Yeah, those even Barbarian kind of like has had my interest before. Like it's definitely not my genre, but like. Everybody that I've heard talk about it is always like, yeah, just go in knowing nothing, and I still know nothing about it, which is fine, which is fascinating.
Yeah. There's some of those movies where it's just like, and games too, right?
Yeah.
Like, I honestly feel like Hell Is Us is going to be one of those where it's like,
might be, yeah.
I just know the basic premise, and I have no idea what the rules are of that world or anything like that, but I'm fascinated as hell to find out.
serious? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage for the third time, Kevin Feige.
Okay. You guys really didn't like those last ideas, so yeah, okay, more obscure. People doubted us when we made Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man, but then they love those movies, so we just gotta go deeper. Deeper, goddammit. So, picture it. February 2027. You're sitting down in a movie theater with your family, the lights dim, and the opening Marvel graphic appears, introducing Francis, Brother of the Universe. That's right, the 1980 comic biography of St. Francis of Assisi is now part of the MCU. You'll get to see his origin story, uncover his love of birds, and get in on the ground floor of how St. Francis came to form the Franciscans, Marvel's next big superhero team. Then, in May of 2027, we partnered with one of the biggest brands ever to kick off Marvel's truest all-American hero, NFL Super Pro. He'll team up both on the field and off with quick kick and instant replay to help take down the return of Hydra. Guest starring Battlestar from the pages of late 80s Captain America comics. Remember Battlestar? Remember Battlestar?
No.
Well, what if I told you we're bringing back Chadwick Boseman as Battlestar? Chadwick, come on out here. Chadwick? Hey, Chadwick?
Fuck you, Feige!
Okay, yeah, now we're cooking. I can see it on your faces. Finally, in fall of 2027, we finally give fans what they've been wanting this entire time. Mutants.
X-Men.
X-Men? No, even better. We're giving you Fallen Angels, a reimagining of the mutant teen team from the late 80s. Headed up by fan faves Sunspot and Warlock, you'll be introduced to such incredible characters as Gomi with his psychic lobsters, Chance, the enigmatic alien transporter Ariel, and Bill and Don. You may not know these guys now, but soon they'll be household names just like Thor and Bob.
The fuck is Bob?
From Thunderbolts. Bob? No. Oh, look, this is the best we've got, guys. Guys. Hey, guys. Hey, come back. Hey, we've still got Downey.
Are you good? Yeah.
Never mind. Oh, hey, a penny.
No, this was empty. Oh, I think so too. You had to say. Well, she wasn't saying something.
That's it for us, but we do have some comments, questions, and concerns that we'll take care of before we head out of here. If you have a comment, question, or concern, there are plenty of ways to get at us. You can email us. The email address is thestageselectpod@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can throw a comment on the Patreon or YouTube versions of the show.
Yep.
Or you can join our Discord, and there is a channel in there for comments, questions, and concerns, which is where most of these come from.
Good.
Yes. And I am totally not stalling as I pull up
Yeah,
the
fine.
Discord.
Sometimes we have to stall for time. It happens.
Sometimes we have to stall for time.
Sometimes we stall.
Yes. AddieXD asks,
Okay.
what is the best game that you know you'll never play again? I am most looking for answers that are relating to personal circumstances as opposed to it being something that was critically acclaimed but you just hated.
Okay.
For example, There are a few games I am unlikely to play ever again because they are too closely tied in my brain to a toxic ex.
Yeah. Ooh, that's tough. Oh man, that's a really tough question.
I'll never play Spiritfarer again. As much that was my game of the year in 2020,
Yeah.
but it destroyed me, and I don't think that I can do it again. Every time that I think about that game, it fucks me up, and I don't think that I can replay it.
Yeah. Huh. Man, I'm really trying hard to think here because I feel like I definitely have a few of these. I know that one. Oh God, I'm blanking on the name of it now. One I played last year. It's pretty kind of Spiritfarer-esque, but was the Sims one. Closer to the Distance. That might be tough to play again. I don't know if I ever actually really want to do that. Because I kind of like how it ended, and it didn't end perfectly for me, but like I kind of liked that about it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
And there's games that I'll never play again because I feel that doing so would diminish them for me.
Right.
So, like I never want to play Heavy
cracks.
Rain again. Like I'm happy with
Yeah.
my memory of Heavy Rain. So
Sure.
I don't want to revisit it and be like, oh, that actually wasn't nearly as good as like I remember it being.
Yeah. Oh man. This is really hard, actually. That's a really hard question. This is one I would have to like really sit here and think about. And yeah, trying to think of like games that I wouldn't play because of somebody else. I'm trying to think.
Like, was there something from your Utah days that?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. The one that comes to mind, but I'd play it again. That's kind of the thing. The one that comes to mind though was BioShock. But like I'd play that again.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of a fun game anyway. But that one comes to mind. I have a real
hankering to play Infinite again because I only played it the one time, and I've been curious to revisit it because I really enjoyed it. Like I know a lot of people hate that game. I liked it. Like I really loved it, and I'm curious how I would feel about it now, especially like I've changed a lot in the last 5 years.
Right. Man, Space for the Unbound was rough. I don't think I ever need to play that game again. I liked it, loved it. Oh, actually, as much as I love Valhalla, I don't know if I'll ever play that game again. Because it was really good, and I did try to. I think I did try to play through it another time at some point. I was like, no, everything's kind of just. I don't think I need to do it again. Not that it's like hard, but like it hits so well the first time that I don't want to sully it with that.
Yeah.
This is a great question. Actually, this is one of like, I would like, I would love some more thought on because it's there's probably a good amount of them that I could think of. I do tend to revisit some things more than others. There's a ton of stuff that I put down and never play again, but it's usually because I'm like, who cares? I don't really want to play that again. But there's also a good amount of them that you put down because you play them once. Wanderstop, the game I just was talking about, like I don't think I ever need to play that game again. There would be no reason for it.
Right. And that's the thing for me. Honestly, the question for me is really what is the game that you would like to play again? Because I rarely replay games.
Right. Yeah.
I'm usually on to the next thing.
Right.
It's rare for me to
you have
back.
A few that you'll like Mass Effect. You'll replay.
Mass Effect is like a very
you have
rare
a few a couple.
It's like Mass Effect, Diablo 3,
right?
Final Fantasy 4, Super Metroid, but even so, I haven't played Super Metroid in like 15 years.
I used to replay Final Fantasy 7 a lot. Like I tried to make it I tried at one point. I was like, I'm going to play this once every year, and then I kind of gave up on it after like the second year. I think I made it through like Midgar, and I was like, I don't really need to do this again, do I? There's
a lot of people that have those like annual games, and I respect them.
I tried to do that, and I was like, you know what? That's just not me. I don't have it in me. But I mean, there are definitely games I revisit all the time, like The Sims and stuff like that. But usually when I go back to them, there's different shit. Like Skyrim, I go back to because, there's new mods out. Sims, there's mods, and there's also like, there's like 5 expansions that came out since the last time I played. Let's see what that shit's about, right? And then I get hooked on the loop again, and I'm back. But that's a lot of the reason why I replay a lot of stuff. And now I've been replaying it to show other people stuff. Like I'm thinking about replaying The Witcher 3 pretty soon here, actually, because that they really liked Cyberpunk, and I was like, well, maybe this one. It's one of my favorites. I love that game.
Do you, Justin? You couldn't answer it in a big dumb quiz not that long ago.
Yeah, well, it was weirdly to me. It was worded weirdly. Monster Hunter.
He's a monster hunter.
I mean, kind of, but it's like there's like ghosts.
It's exactly what he is.
It's like ghosts and like demons and stuff like that. I don't know.
The first thing that you hunt is a griffin.
I know. I think the wording of it though threw me off. Is basically what it was, because it was like, okay, because of the phrase Monster Hunter, I immediately went, well, it's like Monster Hunter, I guess, right? Like.
I guess Spence should have gone with Monster Slayer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, eventually I was like, oh, right. Yeah, thank God I remembered that. But yeah, no, it's a great game. Yeah, that's a good question, though. That really is.
Yeah, thank you, Addy. Xavier asks, what game mechanic has become less common over time and you miss? And also, what mechanic is one that you wish would become less common now?
The second one is way easier to answer. I would like crafting of any sort to go away. Just
ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I never really was high on it, and most of the time I'm just like I just don't really like it that much.
It has its place in MMOs.
Yeah, sure.
And survival games.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
And I would even put like a game like a Resident Evil, like a survival horror game in that camp. Like I actually really do like the crafting in the Last of Us games because it makes sense to me. Scrounging for the bare minimum to cobble together something.
But there's a lot of games that do it, and it's just like you didn't really need this, or it just feels really so tedious. Tacked on, and
you're picking up so much shit.
Yeah, or you're like, or like to get like the best weapons, you're gonna have to craft them. So like you go to a new town, and you're like, well, why even buy this weapon? I need to get this stuff to craft this fucking thing. It really throws the whole thing off.
Yeah,
they're not a big fan of it. There, like you said, there's a time and a place for it, and those times and places are awesome. If you build your entire game around that sort of thing, that's fine. But like a lot of them are just really tacked on because it's like, well, we need a crafting system. It's what the kids are into, I guess. I don't fucking know. Never been high on that. The first one's a little tougher to answer. Like old mechanics that I wish would come back.
Ugh. One of them is actually what you were talking about with Mafia the Old Country. I miss level-based games.
Yeah.
So when you said that it was actually level-based, I was like, ooh,
it's
okay.
It's sort of mission-based. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like kind of like old Grand Theft Auto, but like you get done and then that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of that nowadays. A lot of times the game just keeps on ticking or whatever.
But a big one that I was actually thinking about when I was playing Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, I miss power-ups.
Yeah. And
I think part of it is that like games have gotten like so much more realistic that I think they feel they need to like explain in the lore or in the world like why you get this thing. It's like sometimes you don't need that shit. Like I think like a lot of fantasy games would be fine with power-ups. Like I think that like the recent God of Wars or like The Witcher or something like that. Like, yeah, just give me a thing that like sets my sword on fire for a while. I don't need it to be explained. But specifically on Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of missing like those ones that you would just pick up randomly where it's like, now I've got a double, or like now I've got this like, flame spell or whatever. And you would have to choose like what you want to keep and what you want to get rid of.
Right. Yeah. There was a whole strategy to that.
Yeah. Or, the more like Nintendo style where it's like it's a limited time power up type thing, or you keep it until you take damage, and some of them can be kind of broken, but like just build the game knowing that you can use that shit sometimes, but you're not guaranteed to have it.
Right.
Like I wish there was more power-ups.
Yeah, no, that's a good answer. Yeah, I kind of feel similarly. I can't think of another answer, so I'm just gonna go with that.
Well, for mechanic that I wish would become less common, I've got two. One is RPG mechanics, period, in a game that isn't an RPG.
Yeah,
because I think most of the time that it's done now, you're leveling up to make the character playable.
Yeah,
it's like because they start the character at such a shitty spot place, and you don't feel like you're getting stronger. You just feel like you're getting less shitty.
Yeah,
and I don't like that feeling.
Right.
But the bigger one is loot, because I don't think anybody does it as well as Diablo 3, and that I'm including Diablo 4 in that category.
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, a lot of games have really taken that too far.
Yeah.
And
I love equipment. I love seeing numbers go up. I love seeing my character look different. But the way that a lot of games implement it, I don't think it works. Especially when you have a game that really half-asses it, like Final Fantasy 16, where it's like, hey, you got like this, gauntlet, and you've got like this sword that looks different, and the stats are slightly better, but that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I was really hoping that you guys would have like a, full-on armor sets like Final Fantasy 14.
Right.
But you don't.
Well, why would they do that?
Casey asks, do you prefer the Beatles before or after they discovered drugs? If after, how high do you like them? Decently high where they'll think fixing a roof is a good idea for a song, or high out of their mind where we're hearing about an octopus's garden?
Yeah, I like the Beatles on drugs. I find them way more interesting. They're kind of just boring cookie cutter band before that, which is fine. You needed the Beatles without drugs to have the Beatles on drugs be interesting. To be fair, they needed that level of popularity to be able to do that, and they achieved it. They just become way more unhinged and interesting to me when they are on drugs. And that and I don't feel like there's a wrong answer here. I think the more fucked up they got was, I guess, the more interesting to me, because they were just like, hey, what if we did this? And everybody was like, yeah, fuck it, you're the Beatles, do whatever, it's fine. I find that fascinating. Like, Beatlemania was definitely a thing. It was huge. And that music is perfectly good and fine too. It has its there. You can't really go wrong with a lot of the Beatles, in my opinion, but like, I just find that phase where they were just kind of doing their own thing very fascinating. Rather than like, hey, they're a band from Britain and they're very handsome and all the girls like them.
Right.
Yeah.
I've actually got a really weird answer for this.
Sure.
Because I grew up listening to the oldies station with my mom.
Yeah.
And they played a shit ton of the Beatles.
Right.
And it was, the pop era Beatles.
Yeah.
And we both got so sick of the Beatles that I ended up low-key hating them.
Yeah.
And as such, never sought out any of their, later stuff.
Sure.
I don't know their other stuff.
Yeah.
Like, straight up. If you play me a couple songs, I'm like, oh, I've heard that.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know that it was the Beatles.
Right.
I didn't pay attention because I was like, oh, I don't like the Beatles.
Yeah. No, that's fair. Yeah. That goes for all music, period. It doesn't matter how good it is. If somebody plays it over and over and over, you will start to hate it.
I still can't listen to Pretty Woman by Roy Orbison because of the movie.
Oh yeah. It's
Goddamn.
yeah, absolutely.
Because it was on the oldie stations and the easy listening station because the movie was popular.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't it be? Yeah, that song was everywhere for a time. That's true. Yeah, I it's funny. I don't mind Lynyrd Skynyrd. I'm not a big fan of Lynyrd Skynyrd. My least favorite song in the entire fucking world is Sweet Home Alabama. I think it is the worst piece of shit. And a lot of it is because I've listened to it a fucking 500 million times because people around me love it and think it's so fucking great. And I'm like, it's really not that good in the first place, and yet I need to hear. And then fucking Kid Rock was like, what if I remixed it? And then they kept playing that fucking song, and God, I can't stand that. I hate it. I hate Sweet Home Alabama. If you ever want to like know what my like actual hated piece of music is, it is that song.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. This next one from Xavier is really long, and it's already Scot's today, so we'll save that for next week.
Okay, sounds good.
Especially because he followed it up with a very short question, which is, what theme songs do you never skip?
Theme songs?
Yeah, like if you're watching like a show.
Oh, a show. Okay, all right. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I really liked JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Stardust Crusaders intro was pretty fucking good. I would play that one every time. Especially, and that actually pays off at some point where I was like, I'm glad I never skipped an intro of this. It actually paid off in spades. I was like, that's fucking great. There's definitely a lot of anime intro. The Death Parade intro is amazing. Theme songs, though. Let's try to. This is tough because I always feel like I watch the theme song. I don't know. It's yeah.
Skipping is a more recent thing with streaming.
Yeah, right.
It used to be like, I would just sit through it because like, what else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
But then once they started giving the option to skip it, like I kind of get it. But
I get it. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a lot of them I skip. I usually am just like, no. I mean, the ones that I would skip, like I remember watching all of The Sopranos and being like, okay, I don't need to hear this fucking song again. Like, it's fine.
Okay.
Listen, it's a good song. I like that song, but like at a certain point, I'm just like, I just want to know what Tony Soprano and the gang are getting up to. Like, let's just fucking get on with it. Yeah, like it's a great song. It's a great intro, but I just don't want to hear it over and over again.
Yeah. Well, and this one's a little weird for me for a few reasons. One of which is that I realize that I don't watch a lot of older shows on streaming.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't either.
Newer shows almost as across the board don't really have theme songs anymore.
No.
Like a lot of the shows that I can think of, it's like logo blah.
Yeah. Much.
And then there's usually like a cold open, the logo splashes on the screen, and then you're going.
We're rolling credits as people are talking a lot of the time. Yeah, because we don't have the attention span for a fucking theme song anymore. Like, we just don't.
Or I think they're like, why would we bother with making a theme song?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, there's a lot of aspects as to why we don't do it anymore.
Yeah,
anime stuff keeps doing it because it's a whole thing.
Oh yeah, it's like a key part of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And like when I'm binging, usually when I'm watching anime, I'm gonna watch like a bunch of it in a row,
right?
And so what I'll do is I'll watch the intro for the first episode,
yes,
and then I watch the outro on the last episode that I watch.
Okay, I will usually watch the intro and outro on like the first episode, and depending on if I like it, I'll watch it again or not. It just depends. Like I said,
My Hero Academia is a little bit different because there tends to be like a lot of times like after outro either a stinger or the next on actually is like pretty entertaining.
Sometimes the next ons in those are really good. Yeah.
Because they're being voice acted by the characters in character and stuff like that.
Yeah, some of that
they're
stuff's
well
really
written.
Good. Absolutely.
But for me, like if I'm thinking to like older shows that if I was watching on streaming, I wouldn't skip.
Okay.
And
All right,
it's
let's try
Night
that.
Court,
Okay.
Wings,
I don't even remember this song in Wings.
Newhart,
Okay.
and yeah, those are like kind of the main ones.
Yeah. Let me think here of older shows.
I really like the theme song to Family Guy.
It's a good song. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big Cheers theme song fan.
Yeah.
I like Cheers' theme song.
Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great fucking song. That's an excellent song. I'm right there with you on that one. Cheers. Golden Girls has a fun theme song. I'm not even a big Golden Girls guy, but that's a fun theme song. Yeah, that's
most of my 80s cartoons, because the 80s were like on a different level with their theme songs.
Transformers is great. G.I. Joe had some pretty fucking badass intros. Great theme songs.
Big fan of
Ninja Turtles.
Pole Position.
Ninja Turtles, I don't think I would skip the intro of Ninja Turtles.
No.
It's great. Is there much to it? No, it doesn't need to be. Great. Fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
60X Self asks,
okay.
I ate a real fresh mango for the first time and it's awesome. I dislike mango flavored things. Which do you think has the biggest difference between the flavor and the actual fruit and the flavors we get in drinks and candies? I'm the worst person to ask about this because I don't eat fruit.
The answer is banana.
I was going to say watermelon.
Watermelon probably up there too. Yes.
Because to me, watermelon has no flavor.
Yeah.
But I love candy watermelon.
Right. No, that's fair. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Watermelon to me just tastes like
great
water.
Answer. That's a great answer. I personally think it's banana. I love a banana. Like I just fucking eat a banana. If you give me something banana flavored, it is god awful. I don't know what it is, like taffy, banana flavored almost anything. If it's the banana flavoring or banana candy, that shit is garbage. Get it the fuck out of here.
But what if you could go beyond the banana?
Is this like a Taco Bell thing where you go beyond the bun?
No, it's actually a really old No Cat reference that like a handful of people are like, ha ha ha.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't know if you remember they went through that whole arc of like trying to find the better banana, and
I think I vaguely remember that. Yeah.
And then we'll end on this. Like we've got a couple more, but we'll save those. This one comes to us from Julian Titus.
Oh boy.
Who says, "Hey Julian here. Remember to tell the story about getting to the movies early. Thanks, Julian."
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess I neglected to mention. So the reason that I went to go see Weapons yesterday is I had bought the tint package for my car and I hadn't been able to get it installed until yesterday. So I actually left work early to get the tint package installed. And I was like, okay, well, I'm already like halfway to the movie theater where the cute manager works. So I wanted to see Weapons anyway, and it's a good excuse to go the extra bit. So I went the extra bit, and so I got there right at around 6, and the movie didn't start until 6:45. She wasn't there. But that meant I had to wait at least 20 minutes before I got my concessions and like go in.
Yeah.
They weren't seating yet, and so I just kind of like hung out in the lobby, and I was just like kind of farting around on my phone. Go get my concessions, sit down about, a little over 20 minutes early for the movie. And I get to the movie early most of the time.
Yeah, sure.
And it's funny. Like
that's how I like to do it.
It's legacy from before assigned seating, because I remember the days when you had to like get there early to get a good seat.
Yep. You kids will never know the fucking pain of that if you're under a certain age. Yeah.
and it's kind of ingrained, but also because I'm tall and fat, I don't like having to like maneuver around people, even though now we also have like the reclined seating where there is actually a good amount of space between rows. I still feel self-conscious about it.
Right.
So I prefer to get there early enough that I don't have to worry about stumbling over people or whatnot. So I've seen a lot of the pre-movie offerings.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
And I have a couple complaints. One of which, I don't know if I've done this rant before, but obviously, when the pandemic happened and everything shut down, the movie industry took a big hit, and it took a long time for people to start actually going back to the movies. And it's probably, you could make an argument that it's still not what it used to be. And there's like an entire generation of people now who also they're not accustomed to going to the movies because they didn't do it when they were kids.
Yeah.
Right. But there's all these ads that the whole gist is going to the movies is great. You should go to the movies and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I'm at the movies. You're literally advertising to the people who already go to the movies. Why aren't you running these on television?
Right. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember like the first one of these that I saw was like in 2022.
Okay.
It was Vin Diesel, and it did run on TV where it was him saying like, it's time to go back to the movies.
Sure. Yeah.
But now it's like, no, they're all playing at the movies.
At the movies where you're already at. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's to make you feel better about being there?
I guess it's the weirdest thing.
I don't know either, man. I really don't. It's weird.
But this is new.
Okay.
And
all right.
This, I have never seen this before, Justin. This happened yesterday for the first time.
I'm all ears.
The entirety from when the screen turned on to the first preview, which happened 15 minutes after the movie was supposed to start.
Sure.
Because I checked. Was wall-to-wall ads.
Okay.
There was not even any attempt made to do anything like, hey, here's a look at this upcoming thing, or here's these like influencers who were talking about a thing, or here's this bullshit quiz.
Yeah, oh god, the bullshit quizzes. They even repeat if you go to multiple ones with like in a month or whatever the fuck it is now. Like I've seen,
they usually run a month at a time.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I had a feeling it was a monthly basis because I was like, I know the answer to this. Like I must seem smart if nobody's been to the movies for a while.
Maria Menounos didn't even come out and say the lie that she had to say goodbye because she was pretending to have been there the whole time.
Yeah,
she just wasn't there this time.
I would love the Easter egg of if you show up early enough, Maria Menounos will be there and she will fucking have an intro. That I would be like, that's cool. Because that paid off that she said goodbye just to me because I was here at the beginning. But no, she's not. That's clearly a scam. That's bullshit.
Yeah, it was really weird. And it felt gross.
I believe it.
Because it was just like, it's like, I watched a shit ton of YouTube and I'm getting to the point where I'm like, I need to just go ahead and fork over the money for YouTube Premium because I'm getting so fucking tired of these constant ads.
Sure. Yeah.
And then I just willingly sit down for like half an hour of uninterrupted advertising.
May I ask a question? How many repeat ads were there and how like consecutive were they? If there were any.
So this was a Regal theater.
Okay.
They did their in-house ad for concessions 3 times in a row.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not crazy because that sort of shit happened a lot when every time I've gone now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then the other thing, I have this thing a lot, but there's 2 movies in particular that are now on my I'm not watching that list. I'm not paying money in the theater to watch that list.
Sure.
If I see a trailer enough times, it does the opposite job for me where I'm like, I'm done. I don't want to see this anymore. And so there's 2 movies now that I have seen.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
No, actually,
okay.
I've only seen that trailer once.
I've seen that trailer like 3 or 4 times now. Like every time I've gone to the movies, it's been on, and I'm just like, okay. The fascinating part is what they edit out depending on the rating of the film. which is
Yes.
interesting. That I
I've
found
noticed
fascinating.
that the Red Band trailer is back in a big way.
Yeah.
It used to be that every once in a while you'd get a Red Band trailer, and like there was one movie that I saw where it was like 3 Red Band trailers in a row.
Right.
Both of these movie trailers I've almost seen together at nearly every movie that I've seen for the last like 6 weeks, and they're not coming out for like another like one of them is not till September, and the other one isn't until the end of August, and it's like, God damn it, I'm still gonna see this shit.
What movies are they?
Caught Stealing, which is the new movie from Darren Aronofsky.
Is that the one where the guy, there's like the punk rock guy?
Yeah, it wants to be a Guy Ritchie movie.
It wants to be a Guy Ritchie movie really bad. Yeah, every time I see it, I'm like, I don't know, maybe it'll be okay, but it even has like the Snatch Hebrew guys and everything in it. I'm just like, oh my God, they really watched Snatch right before they wrote this, didn't they?
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened here.
And I like Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I'm not watching that in the theater because I've seen it like I think 8 times.
It doesn't seem like that great of a theater movie either, really, honestly.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one is I see, and the funny thing too is I never remember the names for these movies.
Yeah.
It's the new Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he's trying to find his daughter.
Fuck.
Something there's always another battle or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember either. Yeah, that one I don't hate the look of it, but yeah, like I've only seen to its credit, on my personal level, I've only seen that twice. So yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't help that I watched Superman twice and Fantastic Four twice.
Yeah, that probably doesn't help.
But even so, it was attached because sometimes like you'll go see a movie twice, even at the same theater, and they'll have different trailer packages.
Sure, yeah.
But then also it was at Together, it was at Naked Gun, every movie that I've seen for the last like 6 weeks or more has been those trailers.
I always find it fast. I'm sure they do this in other theaters too, but like for the most part, in the one I'm going to, that's in my local joint, we only have one. They will leave the lights on for most of the previews, but then one preview will get the lights turned off.
Interesting.
And it's weird. And so far that preview has been that Nolan film that's going to come out, the Odysseus or whatever, Odyssey. I think it's the Odyssey.
Oh, which isn't even coming out for a full year.
Yeah. So like the lights will go down and it's just fucking, I think Tom Hardy, and he's giving his little fucking speech or whatever, and that's it. And then the film starts. It's like, oh, that was our main event, I guess. So that was our main event preview. It's real weird. I know. It's
the rule here in Austin is that lights are up for the whole pre-show, and then the first trailer, lights go down.
Yeah, no, ours fucking stay up until the final preview apparently, and it's real weird. It almost makes that preview feel special somehow, but I'm like, I don't know. It's strange. I found it very strange.
Usually, I've noticed the final trailer is usually a pretty big deal. Like if you go to a superhero movie and there's an upcoming superhero movie, that's usually the last trailer that plays.
The last bit. Yeah, no, I get. That I totally get.
Or a big genre movie, like if there was a Star Wars movie on the way, that would be the last trailer that plays.
People would be amped. I get it.
Yeah,
100%.
But I think that's a show, Justin.
I think that's a show, Julian.
Yes, we did it.
We did it. I knew we could.
Hooray. I believed in us the whole way.
Yeah. I didn't believe in myself, but that's fine.
No, you should work on that.
You're right.
I mean, I don't believe myself either.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I was waiting for it. Yeah.
All right. You know where to find us.
Yeah, it's fine.
I already pointed you to the link tree twice this episode, so I'm not going to belabor the point. Thanks as always to the wonderful Megan McDuffie for our theme song and interstitial tracks. Thanks to friend of the show, John Gholson, for being our announcer and providing us with our logo and artwork. But that is going to do it for this episode of the Stage Select. I've been Julian Titus. He's been Justin Ham. We've been the Stage Select. Signing off.
Uh-huh.
The Stage Select is copyrighted and owned by Space Monkey Mafia Productions, specializing in independent podcasting. Please consider sharing the show with your friends and support us by joining our Patreon or donating to our coffee. Thank you, and good night.